Badonkadonk.
Hemorrhoids.
Poopy.
Donkus.
That's the badonkadonk. I like that we've taken to, like, not saying anything that's actually a swear. That still sounds bad.
Yes.
Hemorrhoids.
Security is not a dirty word, Blackadder. Job is. Job's a positively filthy word.
Okay, so previously on, you had spent at least 2 months worth of sessions, but according to your characters, but a few days, of trudging through Ironjaw's tomb as part of an errand that he set you on with the promise of cool weapons at the very end of it. You've managed to get to the very end of the tomb where you defeated a mighty revenant and their banshee companions. Trying to collect yourselves, you also started to ready yourselves to leave the tomb once and for all and get back into the city proper when was it Khidre or Glenn? I think it was Glenn raised the issue of what is in this dagger, and you guys discovered that the dagger is in fact hiding something. Along the way, you also managed to pick up a new companion, Hecamus, known affectionately as Hecc, known less affectionately as Cammy. So from here, we'll continue. What would you like to do?
I just want to say it's still affectionate, Cammy. It's just Chaz's brand of affection.
Yes, boss.
Which is slightly intimidating.
Oh, yes.
Vic.
What's going on, Vic?
Excuse me, Sky God. I would like to have this conversation about this dagger outside of this fucking tomb.
You feel nothing but disdainful ignorance from the voices above.
Vic, why are you talking to the ceiling?
While everyone else is looking like either in the direction of the ceiling or at the dagger, Chaz has got to look around in the room that the Revenant was initially in to see if there's anything hidden or like alcoves or anything like that in there. See what she can see.
Oh. See, free steal.
That's a given. That's a given.
He wasn't going to say steal, but
yeah. Hecamus is examining the dagger. May I roll an Arcana check?
May.
Phantasmagorical.
Was that an old text adventure from the 90s?
That's not
I don't know. My grandfather used to say it. Coincidentally, the man who invented Hecamus Peccamovi. So there you go.
Aww.
Yeah, he's based on a storybook wizard my grandfather used to make up stories about. So.
Oh, that's lovely.
Adorable.
Your granddad also used to sing about killing Nazis while jumping from airplanes without parachutes.
Yeah, well, he was in the RAF.
That's also lovely.
What a lovely man.
Killing Nazis is good.
Yeah, but not landing without parachutes is bad.
But what if you land without a parachute on a Nazi?
Well, that's okay then, because then you killed yourself and the Nazis, so that's fine.
Okay, 16 in total for a Arcana check.
Okay. The glamour itself reveals a hidden etchings along the side of the along the edges of the dagger. And it seems to be in a script that you are wait, shit, I didn't double check this, that you are maybe vaguely aware of what it looks like. Hold on.
Hecamus can speak and read Common, Elvish, Dwarvish, Orcish, Abyssal, Primordial, and Sylvan.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Then
he's a nerd.
It is actually a script that you're familiar with. It is an Abyssal.
Ooh, I say.
Does it say call 1-900 for hot pickings?
Oh god.
Yeah. I say, chaps, there appears to be some sort of inscription upon this dagger. I will decipher it if you give me a minute.
Don't say it out loud.
Why not? Isn't the Abyssal...
I I've read those books. You don't say that shit out loud.
Why not? Ooh, there's props. We got
Trying
props.
to read what
Oh, we
what
have
the
props.
inscription is. He's
Excellent.
can't quite decipher it. What do you think it says? Have a look.
In the meantime, I just want to go up to Vic.
Hello. It's me, Vic.
Love it.
Oh, hi. Sorry. I thought other stuff was going on. I just wanted to quickly go up to Vic and go, Vic, where's Cats? I thought you left him at the entrance. He wasn't there.
Okay, I'm leaving. Bye. Vic just turns around and walks towards the entrance of the tomb.
Okay.
Vic. Wait.
Also, Emily, I'm DM whispering to you the thing that you read on it. Entirely up to you whether you want to interpret this or retell this or embellish a little. But yes.
No worries, old chap.
Okay, Morty sort of very, very slowly following Vic. Wait, don't just go. Wait.
Wait, you want to come with me?
Yeah, okay.
I vote we all leave the tomb, and I vote even more now we leave the tomb because I don't know where a cat is.
We left him in front of
Chaz
the
is still in
thing.
the other room.
Chaz, we need to go now.
Jazz is looking around the other room while I'm trying to pull up her character sheet because I'm trying to remember if she speaks Abyssal or not.
No, it's infernal. I remember it being
might
infernal
speak
because she
Abyssal.
stole Vic's book on Abyssal, but he's been reading it, but
No,
hasn't. Like,
she stole Vic's book on what's it?
Celestial.
Yes.
Celestial.
Morty stole Vic's book on Abyssal, and Vic wishes both you bitches had stopped stealing his shit before he finished reading it.
Vic stole
Also, I
the
got
book for
a
void
15
speech
before
though.
bonuses for
Yes, you did.
perception in the other room, Lee, or investigation, or whichever one it is. And it'll be either +1 or +2, so it's either 16 or 17 if that makes a difference.
Okay, sorry, I was not paying attention. I was trying to write something up. Could you repeat what you said, Kat?
That's okay. Doing perception and looking around. Why aren't you opening my sheet, Google Docs? She got 15, so it's either +16 or it's either 16 or 17 final result.
17. Sorry. Tell me whether it's 16 or 17.
I'm trying to get my sheet up so I can tell you.
Sure.
Okay.
Gotta open up something.
That 1 point is going to decide whether you find something or not.
Yeah, is this a level
Okay.
25 or a level 26 door?
So perception, wisdom is, let me see, 16. However, if it's perception, it's 16. If it's investigation, it's 17.
My rule with investigation is putting pieces together. Perception is looking for things.
Yep.
Okay.
So, are you looking for things or putting things together?
I'm looking for things.
Okay, so you're currently in the room where you lured out the Revenant and the Banshees, just to recap. In this room itself, well, it's mostly, it's bare for the most part. No, that's the room that the Revenant was in.
Oh.
Sorry, are you investigating the room the Revenant was in, or the room where
the
you lured them out?
the original room where the Revenant was.
Oh, okay, sorry. Then the tapestry. I
always hear that in that Indiana Jones voice though.
Put your hands on the titties and make the wall move.
I don't think that's what Indiana Jones said.
That's what Indiana Jones did.
In the room where the Revenant originally was in, you find nothing more but tapestries and the statues. Any closer inspection shows that the tapestries seem to be virtually copies of tapestries you've seen in previous rooms, except one of the tapestries seems to be fluttering a little bit.
Ooh.
And you look behind it, and there is a hole.
Oh dear.
And not big enough for people to enter or come out of. Just a small sort of
Can you put your hand in it?
You could put your hand in it.
Where's Vic?
I was gonna say.
Vic walked out.
It's true.
Chaz is gonna cast the light up the little hole thing, see what she can see.
Okay, sorry.
Putting her hand in holes is for the second date, thank you.
Okay.
Jazz has standards, damn it.
What's the standard?
You cast the light down the dark hole. I need to call it something else. I keep calling things holes.
Opening?
And it's just making me laugh.
Not an orifice.
Orifice. Cavity.
Crevice.
Okay.
Cavity works. Well, sort of.
Cast a light on the butt crack.
Inside
Lord.
you catch the glimpse of something metallic.
Shit.
As
dear.
the light settles, you see what is essentially looks like a handle.
Oh boy.
Chaz is gonna check the traps.
Go for it.
Whilst
Do it,
Chaz is
do it,
checking for
do it.
traps, Hecamus is squinting at the
17.
inscription.
Okay.
Yeah.
And squints at the inscription. Oh, I say. Oh, my, well, I can say that it's not of a great deal of import. I believe it's a personal affectation of whomever the previous owner of this dagger was. Not terribly flattering, I must say.
What? What?
And scream.
What did it say?
If I must spell it out, it says, this motherfucker. Do pardon my language.
That's rude. Who would do that?
Is
I
that
know!
all it
No,
says?
no brain titty banger would do that.
Oh my.
Well, if
Somebody
that's
else,
all that there is,
someone else can have this.
I'm sorry.
if
Just
that's
if that's all there is,
you can give it.
if that's
You
all
can give it
there
back. You
is.
can give it back to the tiefling. I guess you can give that back to the tiefling and tell her that it's safe.
Oh,
I
hey,
guess.
Glenn, out of curiosity. Have you thanked Chaz
Oh,
for bringing
Vic,
you back to
when
life
did you
yet?
get back?
We were all walking, I assumed.
Yeah, and stopped
Oh,
at the
we all-
motherfucker.
Well, I figured Chaz was still back, searching the thing. I haven't gotten around to a proper thank you yet. I was going to, but she kind of left when I was still recovering, and I was going to wait for some time when it wasn't so public to do that.
Yeah, it's also good to
But
see
thanks
you're
for
not dead.
the concern anyway.
Congratulations on your undeath.
You're not dead. We're very glad you're not
Thank
dead.
you.
Well, on a technicality, it's his revivification.
if you are-
Undeath is a separate state.
Same death. Same death.
Just on a more pressing matter, if you are really concerned about a cat, I've got a couple of spells at my disposal that could help locate him if that's something you're worried about.
Well, it'd probably
it's
be
up to
more
you.
effective than me going outside and just shouting, "Hey, a cat, are you fucking here, you little shit?" So, if you've got something that'll help, I'll take you up on it.
Chaz. Sorry, just to clarify, I got 15.
17.
7. Okay. So there is no immediate danger. You know this handle is made to trigger something. You're not quite sure what. But in the immediate room, there's no immediate danger. There's no actual mechanisms, any familiar mechanisms for traps like poison or spikes or the usual.
Chaz is just very, very quietly going to say under her breath, "Time to do a Vic." And she's going to reach into the hole and pull the lever.
Really?
Wow.
Really?
Okay. The floor below you starts to shudder. Who's in the room with Chaz?
Body.
No one.
No one.
No one? Okay. the floor beneath you starts to shudder,
Oh god.
Oh.
and with the sudden jolt, starts moving upwards at a very, very slow pace.
Oh shit.
Chaz is gonna run for the door.
I'd like you to make an athletics, yes, check.
Do we hear the entire thing just starting to rumble?
Yes, those who are at least a room away, at most a room away, heard the scraping of stone and the familiar creaking of metal gears and the like. Metal gear, sorry.
No.
No.
Turning.
Khidre just
Is
startles
the floor
a little
solid?
bit. Like, wait, what?
Yes.
Can we
by
be
the
hasty
way,
about getting out?
I made a roll of 17, so that's like my second 17 in a row, and plus 2 is 19.
Gonna be night
Wow.
for it, I think.
17s are apparently fluctuating toward the fuck. I can't English. It is 17.
Fluctuating.
Okay,
Or the
but here's
17
the
cat.
ironic thing. Here's the ironic thing. You know the dice that I'm rolling?
Yep.
Cade's opalite.
Nice. Considering this all
Considering.
started with Kane.
Yeah.
Infecting you with everything.
Including Lugi.
Yes. Start with you.
Okay, so Kat, you make as soon as you feel the vibrations and this sort of slow ascent of the thing, you dash for the door and make it just in time. By the time you crash through the door and reach safely on the other side, the floor had been lifted at least 2 feet by that time.
What did you
Hey,
do?
Chaz, what the fuck?
I pressed a button.
No shit,
Oh.
Sherlock.
Fair enough. What did it do?
Good lord.
I think that's pretty obvious.
Well, I'm rather relieved you're
Is the
safe.
entire room moving, or is it just
No.
the floor?
Sorry, the entire room is moving.
Oh god, okay.
I thought it was just the floor. Like, I thought I was going to get squished, because that's why she jumped out.
Is it doing an
Yeah,
elevator?
that's in my part. I'm not describing it well. The entire room is elevating, basically. It's starting to ascend.
Like an elevator.
Yes,
Ah.
that's huge.
Well, because Chaz,
Dude,
like,
you're
if
like-
the whole, like, Chaz was like, I was, like, under the impression that she was going to get squished.
Okay.
So, like, she'd probably
you
still
wanna
be in the
retcon-
room.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can say you just dashed for the door just in case, but when you saw the ceiling, you kind of just stopped and went,
Wait a minute.
I can accept that if that's okay with you, Kat.
Yeah.
Chaz,
Alright.
The room's going up.
so are you.
It is now 3 feet
Chaz,
ascent.
Chaz, you're...
I wonder what's up here.
Okay, is it?
Oh my, do you need assistance?
4 feet.
Morty's
There
gonna
is no
jump
way
for
he's
it.
getting on there now.
Okay, those who are
Character
trying to
sheet.
get into the room, I'd like you to make an athletics.
Alright, Heck is gonna try it.
Why do I have a
Hey,
file
hold on a
on my
sec, hold on a
computer called Poorly Juice?
Did you say poorly juice? What?
Pork boy juice.
Sorry.
I
My
don't
box
know
is
either.
still in the box.
I don't know.
I'm concerned.
Alright. My box is still in the box. Okay.
Your kinks are not my kinks, Cade, and that's okay.
What did I just get back to?
Well, then I moved
So-
the box and I didn't get to see what number it was, so I'm gonna try that again.
What did you? Sorry, Glenn. Is that how much you got, or are you wanting to ask a question?
Well, first I wanted to say that I was rolling against my fear of technology first, but I managed to get a 19, so
Well done.
I am going to jump for the thing as well.
Athletics, right? Oh,
Mhm.
fuck it.
I got 16.
Okay.
21.
Or Heckamus's.
Now,
Gotta love that delay on top.
Oh, Tom.
I only managed to, I only managed to
Ahead with my dice.
8 for athletics, so I don't think I made it.
Okay. Heckamus attempts,
Oh,
but he rolled
bless.
a 6. So
Oh,
Oh,
bless.
dear.
wizards are made for using this muscle, not these muscles. He isn't Muscle Wizard casts fist. This is Thinky Wizard casts brain.
Brain proves to be
You
very
said it,
squishy
buddy.
muscle.
Oh, darlings.
Okay, how about Khidra? Did you roll? Sorry.
No, I didn't. What? I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I
I'm
don't.
only asking if you want to chase after Chaz, who is slowly ascending.
Slowly ascending celestial
Is
speaking
everyone
tiefling.
is everyone else doing that?
Everyone has
Yeah.
attempted, yes.
Fuck, I guess.
What the fuck, I
Khidra,
guess?
Oh fuck, I guess.
Was it athletics?
That's her entire life. Well, fuck, I guess.
Was it athletics?
Yeah.
Yes.
23.
Nice.
Christ. Khidra fucking barrels through and comes out on the other end, like still upright with little effort.
Chaz is just gonna look up at her and say, "Hi."
Alright.
Alright, and Morty, what did you get?
21. Considering he's sick,
okay.
that's pretty good.
A sudden burst of adrenaline. You burst all the way through onto the other room, and you sort of lose your footing a little and kind of collapse onto your knees.
In front of
Vic
Chaz, nice.
barely managed to get it in. You are.
So good.
Oh dear.
You get in, but you hit your knee against the height at the floor, which is the floor is at now. So
Ow, that's my good knee.
you, your orthopedist is gonna hear about. Sorry. You end up on the floor of the slowly ascending room.
Just face down.
Yeah, it's like blah.
Sit here and
However,
go, bye guys.
Hi.
however, Glenn and Heck, while everyone was making for their scramble, you couldn't really quite catch the window of opportunity. So while everyone is scrambling for that for the room, you are sort of just left behind while there is like about a foot left of space as the room is now slowly ascending without you.
Oh shit.
Um.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay. Same, because I was about to mention something that was important to Vic. But you guys can hear it for him. As those of you who managed to reach into the Revenant's room, whatever, you start to hear some very distant scratching and some, coupled by some inquisitive chirruping, as though from a very familiar black feline.
Chaz is trying to see if she can see where it's coming from.
I'd like you to run a perception check.
Well, I thought it's a 20, but not natural.
Oh, good. It is coming from directly above you, and the noises are getting louder as you are slowly still ascending.
I think we found a cat.
Chaz is just very quietly going to find. Well, I found Vic's asshole cat, but I wanted treasure.
Arguably, a cat is a treasure to Vic, so.
How dare are we?
So Chaz is just going to look down at Vic and just be like, "So we found your cat," and point up.
What's happening with the cat?
Everyone's hearing a cat sort of scratch at something and distant chirruping, very like curious, like what the fuck kind of chirruping.
Can I see him, or is it just
No,
like?
You cannot. Just purely hearing.
Buddy, where the fuck are you?
There
Wait,
is
Vic
increased
casts speak with animals on himself.
As soon as the spell takes hold, the staccato chirrups that are now steadily growing louder swiftly shift into what the fuck, 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 what the fuck.
Buddy, where the fuck are you?
What the fuck? Where are you? What the fuck?
I think I'm underneath you.
Oh, bless.
You think the floor is moving? What?
You're
Chaz
not
is
getting
just gonna-
squished by anything, are you?
I am being lifted up into the air also.
Not squished?
No, not squished, just moving at a very leisurely pace upwards. I don't know about you, but cats don't usually move upwards without paws being used.
I would like to posit for you that at least you have paws and I'm moving upwards while lying face down on the floor.
Who fucking who? Make it stop! I'm very scared!
I'll come get you in a sec, buddy. What was Chaz gonna say?
No, Chaz was gonna just suggest, like, because she thought he was like on the ground. A cat was on the ground above them. Like, she was gonna suggest to get out of the way because she thought that the roof might open up.
But
so she's just gonna look at, because she didn't hear that conversation. She's just gonna look at Vic and be like, "So the roof might open up with a cat above us. He might fall."
Hey, buddy, are you in a room or were you on the ground?
I was on the ground and now everything is moving. Apparently this tower is longer than I thought and it is
Tower?
now extending upwards.
Wait, I don't
Maybe
know
you
that.
won't want to. Is it safe to jump down?
There is no down or up or left or right. I kind of found myself here trying to look for you. I got bored.
Well, as long as the tower we are moving up through has no ceiling, I think we're going to be fine.
Does the tower moving? Can Vic do a quick check just to see if the roof looks like it has any
Like,
seams or anything in it?
Go for it. Perception.
That's not a good sound.
That's a 20, but not natural.
There are no immediate seams. There are no. There is no immediate way to look up, but there are. Okay, I got words. No hole big enough to look through, but hole, yes, very tiny.
Okay.
They're sort of like tiny cracks in the flagstones that act as the ceiling of the room you were in.
How tall is the room?
The room is about 10 feet in height.
Vic, you need a lift?
Please.
No, he needs an Uber.
I do. I don't like
Uh,
Uber. I like Lyft better.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
Okay,
clamber
so-
up Khidre.
Yeah.
Sticks head up real far.
Okay. While this is happening, Morty, could you quickly roll a Constitution check for me right now?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. So, sorry. What was Vic specifically doing?
The hole, is it like the one that he stuck his head up in to have a look at the bugs before, or is it just like a...
No, a tiny crack, basically.
Okay.
I don't have any bone. Just Constitution check, not a Constitution saving.
Hey,
No,
Khidre,
just check.
can I borrow your warhammer?
If you want me to fall over, I guess. She's just going to hand him the warhammer.
Nick's gonna take the warhammer from her
Okay.
and take very careful aim at the crack.
I
Smack-
don't think that's a
smack
good
it.
idea.
With the warhammer.
Roll for attack.
I don't think that's a good idea, Vic. Why am I being
Morty, what did you get? Sorry.
15.
Wait, did you type it? Okay.
16, and Chaz has gone over to the switch.
Okay. So the warhammer smashes against the ceiling, and a bit of debris sort of falls down.
Yeah.
You look away,
Ow,
trying
ow,
to not get it in your
ow.
eyes, but the hole is made larger now, enough for possibly a small arm.
Do it, Vic. Do it.
Nick's just gonna stick his arm up in the hole and wave it around. Hey, buddy, can you see my arm?
Cold air. You feel nothing but cold air for a while before you hear the familiar pip-paps of a cat approaching, and you feel suddenly wetness on your hand.
Ew.
Did you have to lick it?
Now
Really?
the cool wetness is now replaced by warmth.
Oh,
Your hand is now currently in a cat's mouth.
Ah.
what? Okay, Vic's
I
going to
was just gonna
carefully
imagine-
pull his hand out of a cat's mouth and then clamber down Khidre and hand her back a warhammer.
It smells
I was
like
just gonna.
rotten
I'm
fish.
imagining like a cat like sticking his paw through the hole now and like backing, try to get Vic
soon
doing
as
that.
Vic withdraws his hand, that is exactly what you see. A
Like,
sort of
oh.
thick
Can you-
paw sort of
Can you
doing
tell
that
him to
to the
stop
hole.
doing that? We need to see if there's like
Another ceiling.
light or anything. Yeah.
Morty, can you move out of the way for a sec?
You see the paw disappear, and eventually a dim light sort of falls through the hole that you've made. It looks like there is a source of light in the room above you. But as you're noticing this, you can feel the ascent of the room suddenly start shuddering and slowing down.
Okay.
Whatever this mechanism is, it might not be exactly well maintained.
Vic is ignoring this completely because he's going to take his quarterstaff and attempt to make the hole bigger from the ground.
Oh boy.
Okay. I'd like you to make another roll to attack. And with that, actually, also be right back. Sorry, my return. Okay.
Ah.
Chaz
Oh.
is going to try to pull the lever again, I think, which terrifies me on a base level.
Pull the lever,
Um,
Kronk. No, she took
Why
her
do we
hand
even
out
have
of the
that
hole.
lever?
She took her hand out of the hole when Vic was like, "Can you wait?"
Yeah, because Vic rolled a 10 to smack the area around with his quarterstaff.
the hole is mildly embiggened, now enough to hold an arm and a half.
I'm going to hit one more time and see if I can get it to do the thing. Shit!
Is that a good shit or a bad shit?
24.
Oh.
Hmm.
Large enough now to at least put a very tight shoulder in and a head.
Vic's going to attempt to go upwards. Khidre, can I get a lift, please?
Are you going to die
No,
doing this?
hopefully not. We've had our death quota for the week.
Are you sure?
I'm sorry.
Vic is going to tug
Are-
Khidre down and give her a goddamn hug because she fucking needs one.
She's going to hug him back, like.
It's just like, I
Yes.
promise I won't die. I'll probably get stuck because I'm a fucking fat ass.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like,
If I get stuck, it'll be funny, but if I die, it will be bad. So I
no,
won't die.
it's not going to be. It's not going to be funny at any level. Can't cat slink down a hole of this size? Do you have to clamber up?
Chaz is going to say, "I'm smaller than Vic."
It's true, but do you really want to go hang with a cat?
Well, what I can do.
No, but really, can't you just ask Cat to slink down and join us down here? Is
Hey,
he
buddy,
Chaz
you
is
wanna
going to
come
stick her
down
hand
to
in the air.
fit?
Yes, Chaz.
You have Speak with Animals on, right?
Yeah.
She's going to look at Mouse. Mouse, go have a look.
Mouse, can you go upstairs and have a look and see what the thing is?
Mouse, wordlessly sort of flutters up. And there's a sort of brief moment of silence filled with nothing but the fluttering of wings, and then you hear a cat in the distance say, "Oh, it's you." And then you hear a very indignant squeak from Mouse saying, "Yes, it's me. Why did you try to eat me?"
Don't eat the bird.
Chaz has got to look at Vic and just be like, "What now?"
He didn't. Promise.
Sort of you hear the fluttering of Mouse's wings sort of go across the room before sort of flinging back down, sort of landing at the edge of the hole, looking down.
Up there, buddy.
Sorry, brain slowing down. Mouse then goes, "There were walls, but the walls are now windows."
What?
Okay, we want to go up. Is there a way out where we are now, or are we just like...
You are currently, sorry, I should also mention, sorry, I'm sort of, my timing's a bit off. Okay. As Mouse was fluttering around light started. You could see the light start to sort of shine in, from the room above, as if it had suddenly been illuminated. And then Mouse said that the walls are now windows. The floor that you guys are in at the moment is still covered in walls, and the doors seem to see nothing but like flat, like wall face. As Mouse does say that, though, there's a sort of a click, and suddenly there's a jolt, and you guys sort of like wobble for a bit before you realize the ascent has now stopped.
One sec.
Well,
So
alright,
Chaz
we
just
should
rolled
go up.
dexterity to stay on her feet, and she only got a 10 with her bonus.
Oh, plus.
Wow. You you do lose your footing, but you instead land on a knee. It scrapes a little.
You roll better than Vic did. I got 6.
Does everyone have to roll?
No, I was just rolling for funsies
no.
because I wanted Chaz to fall
Okay.
over.
Vic falls forward and does not land on knee, but in fact lands on elbow.
Ow.
Ow.
Why does
Funny
this place
bone.
not like my extremities?
Does that engage the funny bone?
Can you
Funny
like,
nerve, as
Vic
it
go
were.
up? Vic's gonna push himself up and then take another stab at the hole with his quarterstaff.
Okay.
Better. That's 20, but not natural.
With a few more swings of your staff, you manage to embiggen the hole enough to encompass one whole circumference of a person.
Are we talking like a Vic-sized person, or are we talking a Khidre-sized?
We're talking a Khidre-sized person.
Oh,
Okay.
excellent. Vic, go up.
Yes.
I think we
Chaz
need-
is like, I have rope. I'm going to go up and then lower rope down, okay?
Okay.
I have a grappling hook.
So Chaz
Would
is like,
the-
okay, give me that. So if there's anything up there, I can wrap it around.
She's
Be
going
better.
to give Chaz the grappling hook.
Chaz is just going to look at Khidre and just be like, may I climb you? And then just be like, very quietly to herself, I have waited so long to say that.
You're more than welcome.
Very quietly from Vic leaning over to Morty. That's gay.
No, that's
You
Chaz.
guys going to like stand directly. She's going to stand directly under the hole, and she's just going to make like a step ladder with her hands.
No.
Chaz is going to like climb Khidre, and on that note, unfortunately, Mum just called me for dinner. So
Okay.
maybe someone else can join Chaz.
Upstairs.
Would someone else like to assist?
All right, I'll be
Or
back.
you can do Glenn and Heckamus doing the Discovery
Yeah.
channel.
We could.
Yeah.
You could.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll be back, guys. It's dinner. See ya.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Heckamus, Glenn,
Yes.
you stare as your companions slowly disappear into the depths above.
Oh dear. I don't suppose you know if there's a set of stairs anywhere abouts, old chap.
No. This happens a lot. I'm just getting the feeling they're just going to assume we're going to make our own way out of this. But some of the are in just a little bit below the surface, so chances are they're going to jump around. Do you want to just make your way back?
I suppose it couldn't hurt, old chap. Don't
At-
suppose there was any beasties on the way through.
At
you think?
this, you hear a sort of a huh from the other room. Where'd everyone go? Zeppy.
Oh god. We forgot the
I
other
thought we were-
dwarf.
I thought we were walking. Where'd everyone go?
Are we assuming that Vistra made it with the others on the elevator, or is she with us as well?
I will say yes, she is with us, but she is strangely mute at the moment.
No, okay.
Lost in thoughts.
Unfamiliar territory.
All right, I'll just. Why do I keep forget? Why do I keep forgetting about them? Zeppy, we've lost a few people, but I think it's time for us to make our way back.
Not
Okay,
Is
we
she
can do
just
that.
in the other
permanently.
room, or?
Yeah, she was just in another room exploring, and she sort of popped back in. It's like, I thought we were. Oh, okay.
Not lost permanently. They appear to have ascended. I don't suppose you've seen a mechanism like this before.
Well, I've seen elevators, yes, but not as a thing for rooms. Usually they're a little bit more
Yeah.
explicitly an elevator.
Peculiar.
Yeah, you're
But
new around
isn't-
here, aren't you?
Isn't
Hey,
an
I
elevator
don't
like
wanna
a
be
little
rude.
room?
Your people have some very strange traditions with regards to the dead.
Thank you, Khidre, for that input.
Well,
That was out of character.
I've explained this before. Generally, I guess it's a bit of a tradition for the higher ups, the richer folks in dwarven society to make a labyrinth out of their tombs as a way to keep the undead from mixing with the not dead, i.e., the living. And
I have a feeling this explanation happened while I was living impaired.
right, you were dead. I mean, you were
And-
not to make you remember bad memories. Just yeah, sorry. I will go and remove my foot from my mouth now. So where to next?
Well, I suppose we should join the other chaps and chapettes topside. What?
Yes, the way you speak is very human.
Well, they're going. I suppose so. I didn't want to say anything, but it is. It's very human.
I'm
alright,
terribly sorry. Should I alter my speech patterns at all?
No, it's observation. I decided to make very out loud. So
Oh,
I
that's
guess
perfectly all right. I say things out loud without thinking about them all the time, old chap. Just, take foot, insert in gob. What?
Okay, well,
yes.
I'll just point one thing out. Hecc, you're looking a bit puffed. You sure you're happy to walk again, the whole way?
I shall be quite all right, old chap. I mean, I'll grant that it's been quite a while since I've attempted the dash, but tally ho and whatnot. I shan't slow
Alright.
the party down.
I was offering to carry you as all.
Oh my. And he just goes brilliant red again. No, I should be quite capable of walking. I mean, I'm not injured or anything of that ilk.
All right
No.
then.
Well, onward then, eh?
Midget
Lead
still
on, good chap.
roaming around your
Yeah. What's Snidget up to?
midget. Sorry, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you
Yes.
now. Yeah.
There we go. Sorry, my button's really finicky. Anyway, Snidget at the moment is just still traveling through your clothes at the moment. It seems to be, she seems to be dead set in trying to find little remnants of foods or crumbs or the like. She can still gnaw from the holes and from inside of your pockets and try to grab at them from inside.
Well, there's definitely some crumbs caught in the gold embroidery, so she's probably beating with some success. Also, do excuse me, my asshole cat has been busily knocking on my dice on my desk.
Been there.
Okay.
I love rescue.
By the way, Glenn, when you mentioned wanting to carry Hecubus, Zeppy kind of jumps up at the chance. Like, I would love the chance to use less of my limbs, but still may keep them. But what I'm saying is, I would love to be carried. And Zeppy is leveling a very intense stare at you, Glenn.
Okay. So yeah, I'm. Seppi's got some kinks. She's out there, isn't she? Anyway, start stripping off quick. And I my clothes and these please.
Everything you said in the last probably 10 seconds came in as a blast to me in about half of that.
Oh, okay. So, stripping off and just walk over to my quarter staff and hand them to him. Would you mind holding these? And the offer to carry is still okay if this is happening anyway.
Okay. Zeppy is slowly like as all the garbage are being like her face is like contorting into confusion. Like wait.
Ew.
Hecamus has gone brilliant scarlet.
Oh,
And
bless.
instantly
That's-
he's taken his fez off and he's oh my lord, goodness gracious me, I say,
Zeppy's looking. I mean,
Would
she's
you like
being
us to
given a
turn
free
around?
show, but at the same time, she's very confused. She's just like, okay.
All right. Now what's going to be the appropriate kind of thing I can turn? Oh, I can do warhorse, or I can turn into a pack horse. Yeah, I'll shape change into a pack horse as long as that's not too big to travel through the
Nah, I'd say the
tunnels.
it can, but you're gonna have to bow your head occasionally, and so will your riders.
That's not gonna be very comfortable, is it?
Maybe Panther is better than. Maybe Panther is better than.
Okay then.
I'll shape change into a Panther. Yeah.
okay.
At this point,
Hecamus
you
is kind
hear a squeak of very
All right. So
unadulterated
I'll use
confusion
shape
from
change
Zeppy.
and just I suppose somehow gesture to on.
Zeppy eventually sort of like fades off from confusion. Is like,
It's too late.
Okay,
I'll explain it in common.
I guess we're doing this. And she's like just slowly
Hecamus is
approaching.
sort of-
It's like, see, I'll be honest. I was expecting the human to. You know what? My friend is strangely mute and looking a little bit peaky. So I really just asked for her. So she like ushers Beastraw onto the back of onto your back, and at which point just really Beastraw would be like overjoyed, like yes, mount.
Hecamus is peeking out from between his fingers, to attempt to preserve Glenn's modesty, but he's also quite curious.
It's okay. They are now cat.
Did I just walk
Oh,
back
my.
into Glenn being
What
naked?
a magnificent
Oh,
specimen!
oh, hey. I'm just going to address Snidget now, quickly.
Okay.
Hi.
A very muffled sound of gnawing, and occasionally coming from the robes of Hecamus.
Hey, can you understand me? Hello.
More sort of spitting and or very exaggerated chewing noise. Like,
Maybe later.
they seem
Right.
very intent in whatever they're doing at the moment. Hecamus, you do feel the presence of Snidget in one particular corner of your robes.
Yeah.
And you can feel the tug of some of the seams. It looks like they're gnawing on something in there.
Oh, I say, easy on the robes, old gal. It's we're a little thin on the coppers to replace them. But I sort of, affectionately pat the lump in the coat that's approximately where Snidget is.
Glenn would
Rest
hear.
very soon, old gal.
Sorry, what?
Glenn, you would hear as Hecamus is sort of half admonishing, half cooing at Snidget. Just cat. Sorry, I'm not putting the voice on fair enough because my nose is blocking a lot of
Oh.
my higher pitch. So yeah.
Yes. No, that's cool.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Now understanding that, I'll just Well, I'll just start making my way
Now
back
down.
to where we came, I suppose. Yeah. I mean, unless you want anything to particularly happen to us on the way, that's fine with me.
You guys do eventually make your way out, with little incident. However, as you're exiting the tomb, you sort of feel a presence sort of following you, and you look over your shoulder and you see a floating flame skull with a dunce hat bobbing up and down.
Hello
Okay,
there,
well-
old chap.
I don't know about lemons, so I am going to try and look imposing and sort of stand in front of Zeppi and Hecamus and try and just.
At the
Can I
sight
try
of
and
you-
intimidate check?
Yes, you may.
Oh, it's quite all right, old chap. I believe they're friendly. One of them had
Okay.
fez. Fantastic fashion sense.
I just crit 20'd on my intimidation.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You can die again. You're being mean to Lemon.
Lemon
I
at this
don't
point
know
stops bobbing.
any better.
Lemon's gonna fuck you off.
Lemon stops bobbing for a moment, and sort of like you can sort of feel them tilt towards you as if to look at you better. And then you see them start to slowly bob back up and down again, and they go, "Hello, not human. I mean, not cat. Lemon just came to see you off."
Is lemon speaking in common?
Yes.
Right. So I can't actually understand them.
Oh, bless.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna try a. What kind of check could I do to?
I thought that when a druid was wild shaped, they could understand people. They just couldn't speak.
discern
Is that it?
Yeah.
the intent. It hasn't. It's not specified in the player's handbook about it. I've kind of been playing it that I don't commit trying to tell me something when I'm a cat. So
Fair enough.
I can roll with that. In
at
terms of
least I'm
character
saying
and
I'm learned
history
to do
as well
things
with
quite right,
Glenn.
and I don't understand common.
At least with Glenn, because he's not socialized outside of a druid culture anyway. It's probably just he when he wild shapes and all that, he probably doesn't retain that sort
Fair
of
enough. I just thought I'd ask.
unconscious sort of knowledge of the common. Yeah. Anyway, so you said you wanted to do like an instinctual check or something on Lemon?
Yeah, just what check would you like
Get
me
me
to do to try and discern
Insight.
the intention of lemon without actually understanding the word? Insight?
That's wisdom. So
That's my...
Um,
Okay, I do
Hecamus-
have a sheet made.
yes, what does Hecamus do?
Yeah, whilst seeing this squaring off, he was quite taken by the sweet little bobbing skulls with their excellent headgear, and would rather like to intervene before this all gets a little bit hairy. So he's sort of sidling out from behind Glenn, in the sort of edging along the passageway, trying not to bump the panther, which is quite large and intimidating, and attempts to wedge himself between Lemon and the panther. It's quite all right, old chap. I mean, old Pusscat, good kitty. Run! I'm not sure how intellectual, how capable he is of the old compass mentis while he's furry. You may want to back off.
Lemon never runs. Lemon always stays.
Oh, bless.
Lemon has always been
That's
here.
admirable, sweetheart, but oh, good Lord, I'm going to get eaten alive. Stay behind me, darling. That's probably the best bet. What?
Okay, what did you get, Tom?
13.
A 13. Okay. Because
13, yeah.
because Hecamus is sort of in front of you, and while not a lot of his speech is quite being processed by you, you can also sense them trying to calm you down. So I would actually like you to roll that at advantage.
Oh. Unfortunately, 13.
Okay.
Oh boy.
I don't want to attack Lemon. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. You can basically come away from the situation with a lot of you sense the anxiety coming off in waves from Hecamus, and just this a sort of passive curiosity from the Flame Skull. But that's sort of all that you're processing at the moment from what you can see of their body language and the intonation of their speech.
Babe.
Thomas, your speech.
Yes, Tom, the lips are moving and nothing is happening.
Yep. Okay. Sorry, I was muted. I got
That's okay.
confused. I would like to slowly but cautiously pad my way up to Lemon and just give them just a good sniff, or just
Sniff.
Okay. When you do give them a sniff, Lemon actually sort of descends a little as you come closer, so that you can reach them better.
Okay.
And they lean in closer when you come in for a sniff, and when you do sniff, you smell dust and the familiar sort of musk of decay. But you strangely also smell lemons.
Oh my god!
There
we go.
The citrusy smell sort of like tickles your nose a bit. Just
Good kitty, we're all friends here. Let's not start any fights with Hecamus in the middle. Thank you. See? Nice flame skull. Nice answer.
With my big paw, I just want to just prod at Lemon's face. I just want to prod Lemon's face just very quickly.
Lemon's face is prodded while sort of levitating. You do push it, and it does seem to have a bit of inertia, so they do sort of move back a bit as you do, but they sort of float forward again.
Honey.
Okay. Well, that's enough time for me to discern that they're not actually attacking. So I'm going to just turn around and give it back some space. I'll sit on my rear haunches as well.
Okay.
Funny.
Hecamus will turn to deflating a little. He was quite sure that was going to end in tears, and he's very grateful that he didn't have to fling a shield between them. Sort of, well, crisis averted, old chap. It was terribly sweet for you to see us off. Do send my compliments to your compatriots with the arrow and the fez. But
Lemon will send the message.
Oh,
Lemon is a good messenger.
You are indeed, old chap. You are indeed. It seems rather remiss of me to leave you with nothing but a fond farewell. So hold on 1 minute. He starts fossicking through his bag, digs up, pulls out a couple of scrunched wads of fabric. No, not the one. Dig through. And finally pulls out one of Snidget's little knitted sweaters that's in a bright, cheerful sunshine yellow. And holds it up, looks at Lemon. No shoulders. Oh dear. Goes back to fossicking. Finds a loose thread on his robe, tugs it a little bit until he's got a decent enough length of string, which coincidentally causes some of the embroidery to fall off his robe, and attempts to make a little kind of strap for the sweater so that if strung over Lemon's little head, will hang the sweater below him like he's got a little shirt on it.
Lemon, you hear what you could a strange, ethereal squee of glee from Lemon.
There you go, old chap. Looks very dashing.
Lemon is very grateful. Lemon's never gotten presents before.
Aww. Lemon has been an excellent companion, and Hecc thoroughly appreciates it. So, oh, good lord, I'm speaking in the third person. In any case, thank you. Thank you very much for not setting us on fire, old chap.
You're welcome. Lemon wants to be nice.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing to be, Lemon. We must be on our way, but it was lovely to meet you. Cheerio!
Bye-bye. sort of like waddles, like the space sort of waddles a bit so that you see the little sweater sway in a sort of jaunty way as a sort of wave of goodbye.
It's very thick wool, and because Heckmus's mother is a terrible knitter, so the little arms kind of, it's like thick lumpy clothing made for small children. The little arms sort of stick out, but it doesn't have too much give in the fabric, so it does look like a little like T shape under his head.
If you could discern a smile from a floating skull, you feel as though that is exactly the expression on Lemon's face at the moment.
Snidget is going to absolutely kill me, but I feel it was worth it.
You feel some uncomfortable sort of like shifting in your robe.
Yep. My hunch migrates down to my butt.
Okay. And with that, we can move back to our as you guys start to complete your exit of the tomb, we move our way back to the the others. Vic, Chaz, Khidre, and Morty. Chaz, you were lifting yourself up through the hole to get a grapple hook rope combo going for the others to climb with. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
As you emerge from the outside, emerge to above, you realize, in fact, Mouse was virtually right. The walls did indeed become windows, because around you is the exterior of the Redthrone graveyard.
Well, okay then.
Is there glass in the windows?
No, there's no window in the traditional glass sense. It looks like what were the wall, but as this room was ascending, there were pillars around it that acted as sort of like middle bits, and as it was ascending, Mouse must have assumed the walls were just walls before when it completely emerged from the ground, now leaving the room much more open and not trapped in whatever shaft that was that the base of the tower was embedded in.
So she's gone from a hole to a shaft. This is a step up. All right. Also,
or a step down, depending on who you're talking to.
I just got not natural 20 on perception to see if there was any treasure in the room that they're in. She's got priorities.
There are a few crates, an already open chest that seems to be emptied, but other than that,
All right, so she's gonna like walk to one of the pillars and just does it look like it's fairly sturdy?
It's fairly sturdy. Yeah, it
Alright,
looks to be
she's
made
got-
of a lot of the masonry you've now come to associate with Redthrone.
She's gonna hook the grappling hook around it and like wrap the rope around twice, and then hook the grappling hook to the rope so it kind of stays. And then she's gonna throw the rest of the rope down the hole.
All right,
Just be like,
the rope secured goes down the
Yeah.
hole.
just gonna walk over to the hole and just be like, guys, I found our way out.
Excellent.
Out,
to you, Khidra.
like
No. You guys go first. I can leave last.
We want Siki to go first because if he falls on us, at least one of us should be able to catch him.
She's
Is that-
also, as if she walks past you, Morty.
Hmm.
If she walks past a cat, she's just gonna ruffle his head as she walks past him.
I don't know whether I can fit in that hole.
As you do,
Well, if Khidre can, Morty can too.
sorry, Chaz, as you ruffle a cat's head, Vic will hear distantly, "Why do you smell like a graveyard?"
Well, gee, I don't know.
I wonder where we are. My cat's a fucking moron.
Also, if Mouse is about, Mouse will probably go back to Chaz's shoulder, so she'll give Mouse a pat too.
Mouse nestles like as close as possible to your face, occasionally rubbing their beak into your hair.
And she'll also reach into her purse and pull out like a bronze coin and give it to Mouse to play with.
This is not
Yes.
a skill we should be
Raise a
teaching.
good klepto, yes.
This is exactly how found family works.
We find them and we teach them bad things.
Well, yeah, that's how we got you, right?
Yeah.
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 Hey,
Yeah.
Khidra, do you
As-
think we should give 40 a lift?
Yeah, sure. I can try.
Okay.
I can help.
Are you
Go for it.
throwing me up there or something?
You
No,
hold the rope and we help
There's
lift
the
you.
rope. Hold on to the rope, and I will push you up.
Chasta's gonna sit cross-legged near the hole and just watch. When she could be helping by pulling on the rope, she's just not going
No.
to. She's gonna sit by the hole and watch.
She will look like she's made an attempt to.
I
Alright.
rolled a 17 to assist Khidra in whatever she does, so...
What do you want me to do?
Is it athletics? I'd assume it would be athletics.
It'd be strength?
Yes.
Something strength based.
Or strength.
Yes, athletics. Yes.
So that's just Khidra or Khidra and Morty?
Are you going to put any effort at all whatsoever in helping to lift yourself
Well,
up?
yes.
Well, I rolled a 24.
Then yes, roll. Oh, okay, roll as well, Morty. Anyway, just for formality.
Never mind. I just rolled a
Khidra
7.
just- Khidra just picks up and tosses
Okay.
straight up.
No
the hole.
tossing. No tossing.
I'm not
is
a dwarf.
going
Do
on.
not toss me.
You see a human gently ascend, just vertically ascend.
Hi, Chaz.
You,
Hi.
in what little effort you could spare, you sort of roll off of Khidra's arms and onto the floor above.
Oh, goody. I'm here.
As you do, I also want you to roll another Constitution check, please, May.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Is
You wanna go
have
next,
we
Khidra?
established is Khidra is Vistra
You're
with
going
us
to
or
jail.
No,
Where is
Vistra
it?
is with
No.
the Glenn and
Zeppy?
Hecc and
Alrighty
Zepp.
then. So everyone is out of the tomb, so she's going to climb the rope.
Well, Vic isn't out yet, but he was asking if Khidra
Oh,
wanted to go
okay.
first.
Well then, up you go.
I can... He just
Up
looks
you
at her.
go.
He just looks at her and he's like,
Up you
we
go.
need to talk about this at some point.
Up you go.
This. At some point. Not now, though, because I want to get out of this fucking hole. I rolled a 14
Hey.
to climb out of the
You-
fucking hole.
You get yourself up on the rope. However, you seem to be lacking the upper body strength to get any further than
Can I
on the rope.
push him
can
up?
you push my butt up this rope, please? I'm very tired and I hit my knee and my elbow on the floor.
Oh
25.
no.
Ping!
Pinball him up there.
She just puts her hand under his feet and just whooks him. Pushes him up.
Is ejected from the hole.
Do I have to roll to make sure I don't fall flat on my face again?
No, the 25 isn't just enough for unless Khidre, you did do that specifically to eject him with force. No, then you are
she's
safely
just
on
helping
the
him out.
You are
Vic is
safely
gonna
on.
stick an
Gently.
arm back in the hole to help her out as well.
Sorry.
So
One thing before you do, Vic, as you do come up, you try to find some purchase on the floor. You find yourself a little lacking space because Morty seems to have not moved from his position.
Morty, move your fat ass.
Morty,
He's gonna kick him with his feet.
Morty, you're out like a light.
Oh fuck shit.
Oh shit. Well,
Hang on a sec, Morty fainted.
are you serious?
He's gonna get up, step over Morty, and grab him by the arms and attempt to drag him out of the way.
Oh, just drag him out of the way.
Not fainted, just gently passed out in a manful manner.
Chaz
There's
is
no
just
fainting
like
couches.
Chaz is just watching this. Just watching.
Wilted like a lily in the heat.
Well, Khidre is not going to wait for Vic. She's just going to climb out.
So I rolled a 20, not natural, to fucking move Morty.
Morty has been moved.
Vic's just propping him up against where the edge of the window is. He's just like prodding him gently in the face, like, you dead. He's still breathing. Poop.
I'd like you to roll a medicine check first.
Oh god.
Well, that was a 3.
You're pretty sure. You're pretty sure if you can feel air on your fingers, it means they're still breathing, but you're not quite sure if that's coming from Morty or just the gentle wind that kind of exists in Redthrone.
Okay. Khidre.
I'm trying. I'm almost there. Not really. Put it in the chat. I rolled 13 to climb out.
Rolls 20s. When it tries to get self out, rolls 13.
Well, technically, it's easier to push people up while standing on the ground than it is to.
Chaz, are you seeing Khidre have a?
She's watching.
Thanks,
So,
Chaz.
Can I go over and attempt to help her out?
Much appreciated.
I'm gonna go over and attempt to help her
Chaz has
out.
just gotta like shrug, just be like, I don't do heavy lifting.
I rolled a 16 to attempt to help. Does that help the 13?
That's help. That helps. With some effort, you do find some purchase onto the edges of the hole and find, eventually get up on your feet.
Chaz is just gonna look at Khidre and just be like, I gave you a rope.
Okay. Let's look at that.
Is any of this within, like, Glenn, Zeppy, and Heck can't see this, right?
Bistra has the
wait.
earpiece.
Yes, that's the thing. Bistra does have the earpiece, so Bistra does sort of yelp at discovering where you guys are and imagine Mango voice. Where are you guys?
Where are ya?
Bistra's like,
Upstairs.
where is upstairs?
I can see the entrance to the tomb from here.
Chaz is just like,
I hope you know
jolly
how
good.
very vague that is.
Chaz is
Walk
just gonna
out
be
and
like,
look left.
What's left. You can see in the distance Avisha looking right.
The other left,
Oh,
you
babe.
That's where you are. Okay, okay. And they start to make She gestures for the rest of you, Hecamus, Glenn, Deppy, to follow, and she does make her way eventually towards you guys.
Vic's gonna go check on Morty again.
Hecamus puffs
I
and
rolled
pants.
better that time for medicine.
Jazz is gonna walk over and like look at Morty, and she's also like just gonna raise an eyebrow, but she's gonna do a medicine check as well.
Go for it.
I rolled 15, so whatever Chaz rolls is probably added to that. So we may be able to discover what has happened to our fallen comrade. What was it, 3?
She just looks at him and goes, "Yeah, he's dead."
Another one. She's like, no, he's not dead. He's not dead. He's just closed his eyes for a little bit. That's all.
Vistra finally close by. What do you mean? He's not dead. Morty, get up. You feel a couple of like. Oh no, actually, you don't feel anything. You're knocked the fuck out.
I feel
But
nothing.
Morty is shaken vigorously, but to no avail.
Well, Chaz is gonna look at him again and just be like, "Well, he's not stoned, so he's not dead,
Hecamus
unless he just like
is-
died from fainting." Can you die from fainting? She's going to look at Vic. Can you die from fainting?
With
Depends
your
on how you are when you die.
Vic, with your sort of medicinal assistance, you do realize that Morty is in fact still breathing, just
Yay.
very, very slowly.
We should get him to the cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hecamus
fast.
has seen the body of his countryman on the floor and immediately starts hurrying over as fast as he possibly can. Oh, good lord! What happened? Is he all right?
Stoneplague.
From behind,
Also,
you hear
he's
that,
just
don't
dramatic.
touch him. He's gross, infected, something. One of them.
He's also very dramatic, but Vic is actually really worried.
I'm
He's
told
just
that's
And
trying
very
to
he is
effective.
also our friend, so
Yeah.
she is going to.
Is there like a dwarven service we can call like emergency service? She's directing this question at Zeppi and Vistra. Like some sort of like number or magic frequency we
Ambulance.
can call, like maybe like IXII or something.
Yeah, we call AAA. Is Allstate here? State Farm always here? Always your friend?
No, I don't. What is calling?
the
What
RAC?
do you mean? What is dialing? We don't do dialing here.
No, like a magic frequency or something that like we can like you guys have
Yes.
magic.
Yes, exactly that. But it is kind of weird, and don't ask me how I know. So hold up, and you see Zeppi immediately sort of like take off in a direction. In the meantime, while Zeppi disappears off in the distance, you see her sort of figure retreat and go from where you can see. She does sort of approach something from outside the graveyard, like the graveyard boundaries. And do you guys want to do anything while she's doing this?
Hecamus would like to roll a medicine check to see if he can do anything. He doesn't know what to do. He's a little bit beside himself.
Vic is
So-
patting Morty down to make sure Axelrod's okay, even though he hates the little fucker. Morty landed on him, so
No. Morty landed face first. Like he literally just
Okay.
sort of rolled off Khidre's arms, and it just went
Yeah,
face first. into the-
Khidre is going to open the backpack.
baby.
And Axelrod actually like scurries out, and is now currently trying to paw at Morty's face.
No.
My baby.
No, baby, no. No. You shouldn't touch
Mort-
him. She's going to gently, like, wrap her arms around Axelrod and try to
Baby.
pull him closer.
Axelrod is actually virtually limp in your arms, but you can sort of feel his weight sort of leaning towards Morty as if he's like, no, that is the goal. Why are you taking away from?
Chaz is going to pull her bugs out of her pack and just like give one to Mouse so Mouse doesn't feel left out, and then just give the bag to Khidre. Just be like, maybe this will distract the owl bear.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hecamus
Hecamus.
has he rolled a 13, so it's not very good. But he's stripped off his outer robe, so that the kind of velvety jacket, and he's still wearing a tunic and trousers. Like wizards wear lots of layers. He's still thoroughly covered.
He's an onion.
Wizards
Onion.
are onions, absolutely. So he's rotund and slightly smelly. So he's rolling, like, he has no idea what to do. He's worried. This is an Erasnian. You don't leave a fellow Erasnian in the lurch. So he's rolling his overrobe into a sort of pillow and gingerly putting it under Morty's head, kind of, helplessly sort of patting him on the head. It's like,
Zeppy
Jazz is just
caustically commenting
very-
from behind you. You should probably burn that once you're done with that. Just saying. No offense to you guys, but I have been very keenly aware of the fact that your friend is infected and infectious.
Yeah, we've also
As-
been keenly aware of the fact that your boss sent us down there with a fucking revenant and didn't do anything, so you can shut the fuck up.
Chaz is going to just very gently pull Hecamus away. Just be like, Cammy. He drools. And just pull him away. Yeah. He's
can't leave
infectious and he
drawl.
drools. We can do now. Help is on the way.
Yes,
They
Glenn.
weren't very good robes. It's all right.
Glenn's going to pad over to Vic and nudge his side just to get his
You're not my cat.
attention.
This is
Then-
not my cat. This is not
Are
my
you
wife. This is
Speaking
not my people.
with speak to, are you
There's
Speak to
saying
animals
that
is still in
in
effect.
speak with
Yeah.
animal? Okay, good. So I don't need to gesture anything. So Morty's fainted. Zeppy ran off. What's happening now?
Well, I'm looking for a unicorn currently so I can escape this shithole of situation. I want to go hug my cat, but I can't do that yet because everybody else is in my way. Khidra's having a bad day. Chaz is doing Chaz
Very
things.
bad
Hecamus
day.
is fluttering, and you're not wearing any pants.
Have you
Zeppy
ever
is still
seen a
holding him.
Have you ever seen a panther wear pants? If you want to
Would
see
you
a
wear pants
unicorn,
like this, or would you wear pants like this?
if you want to see a unicorn, I can help you with that. Anyway, so Zeppy ran off to get help. I
Zeppy's,
could
like,
possibly
right
get
there.
help.
Hopefully.
Oh, sorry. I could possibly get help a bit quicker if you want.
Zeppy's got a magical conduct thing. Conduit. Do I even speak that word in
right.
Panther? Zeppy can do a thing with the magic.
Okay.
You might want to change back because we might need
That
somebody
was
with an extra pair of
specific.
hands rather than paws.
Sure. Whatever.
Thank you for the offer, Glenn.
Vistra, get off.
She can't understand
I
you.
can't say that to Vistra. She doesn't.
Vistra, still gladly on you.
Yeah, I know. Well, you. could-
Vistra, I think you need to
relay it.
remove yourself from Glenn's butt.
But it's such a nice butt.
We need him. We need him to have opposable thumbs.
All right. Can I stay on him? Well, no. Okay, fine. I'm gonna go over there, and she starts going over to Chaz.
Jazz is just going to be like, your boob rights are no longer revoked.
She starts sort of leaning her head in.
In case you change your mind.
Vic's gonna wander over to a cat and just sit down next to him and give him a hug. Isn't this him?
A cat sort of lets you hug him, and he sort of like nuzzles around your hair a bit. And in the last few sort of minutes of your speak with animals, he says, "You smell like a graveyard too. What have you been hiding?"
Look where we are, dipshit. Like, honestly.
Look, okay.
All right.
It's
So I transform back.
smell like a graveyard, but okay, you smell like a grave. Maybe I should have been more specific.
Oh yeah, that was a revenant. I'm sorry. I'm glad you went there for that.
Oh, so am I.
Ugh.
Alright, so Glenn is now naked and turned back into a humanoid form.
Hecamus instantly tries to raise his hands to his eyes, Scarlet again,
So
but he's
I'm
being
gonna change. I'm gonna go over to Mort. Okay, I'm going straight over to Morty, and I'm going to try a first aid check now.
Okay.
Just to see if I can stabilize him in any way if he needs it.
Hex realized that he's been touching Morty, so he probably shouldn't put his hands on his face. So he's kind of trying to sort of, but the fingers aren't very effective.
Vic
And also,
just
Glenn's
says
really pretty,
very
so it's a little
tiredly.
distracting.
Victor says very tiredly, it's only with bodily fluids that you need to worry about it.
Oh,
So unless you stick your fist up his ass or something, it's not going to be a problem.
There.
What?
As a note, if Hecamus hadn't noted, Chaz was going to be like, "Oh hey, Cammy, look at that," because she's a bitch.
Meanwhile, Khidre is just sitting with Axelrod in her arms and she's trying to feed him a bug.
Sorry.
Yes.
I made a 20 not natural for first aid, for medicine. Just if it can help Morty in any way.
As gingerly as you can, you fix essentially Morty into what, as best as possible, essentially a recovery position. You can feel his breathing a lot more, but other than that, he seems to be really out for the most part. But at this point, at least you're a little bit more confident that his situation won't deteriorate. Khidre, as you're trying to feed Axelrod, he occasionally pecks away at the bugs that are given, but at one point he sort of tries to scurry out of your arms, and he regurgitates the bugs in front of Morty's prone form.
Thank you, baby.
Oh, bless.
And sort of nudges it with the beak, but expecting something.
Baby.
And after no response from Morty, kind of just dejectedly returns to your lap.
Oh, honey.
Mouse sees regurgitated bugs and flies down and tries to eat it.
Oh
That's classic.
Waste not, want
Fair
not.
enough.
That's nasty. But yes,
Fair enough.
that it makes sense.
It does.
Yep, that is exactly what mouse does. You see the equivalent of a stink eye from Axelrod to Mouse.
That's what Morty.
Okay. Eventually Zeppy does return. Wait, Zeppy was here, and then Zeppy wasn't, and then Zeppy came back. Anyway, Zeppy was not here after all. It was the voice of her will. She eventually does come back. This time in tow with sort of blue-clad looking official people. And they do seem to be behind them a sort of floating hammock. No, hammock, fuck, that's a bird. Whatever, essentially it's a magical gurney, essentially.
Oh,
And it does eventually, they do eventually stop at yours. When they do approach, they ask very briefly for exactly what happened, the situation. So who wants to answer them?
oh god.
Chaz is gonna just be like, "There was a revenant. We killed the revenant, but it's not dead. Kind of floating there."
Was there any possession involved? Is your companion possessed? Do we
No,
need to...
he's just got the stone plague.
Stoneplague, and you see the two essentially emergency healing technicians. Sort of share a look before they go, okay. And almost wordlessly they kind of just start and you see they start sort of prepping gloves on and the like, and they sort of hoist Morty's form onto the magical floating journey.
Sorry, where are you taking him? Just so I know.
We'll be taking them over to the shit. What did I name it? Sorry. Map. Fuck. Which I keep forgetting. I haven't given you the updated one of that. I need to remember.
Bye.
We're. Yep. Oh, did I really name it that? I thought I changed it. Maybe I changed it back. Anyway, we're taking them to the Paragon Arms Center. It's where we take care of most of these cases. It's located in Spire, so if you guys would like to come with, we do have our carriage up ahead. We can only take 2 though, so.
Out of character, will Morty's ear cuffs still work even though Morty himself is unconscious?
Okay, yes.
Okay.
With some vague circumstance where it might not work, but we'll sort of because Morty is essentially still there in a unconscious way, it will still work, but it will be a lot more fainter because the magic of the clasp is sort of tied a little to the
Life force.
the consciousness, the life force. So,
As I was just thinking, would we be able to hear what's happening in the wambulance even if Morty is unconscious?
No ambulance. Blowing nose sounds.
Shit, wait, did I mute myself?
No, you're
No.
back. You're back.
Oh, okay. In the context of you wanting to hear what's happening in the ambulance, yes, you may. However,
Okay.
again, it'll be sort of faint and sort of come in and out, like sort of.
Bad reception.
What's essentially what's going to happen is you're hearing what Morty is hearing, and it will come in as like drifty and a little bit muted, as
Okay.
if hearing it through water, because
Well-
Morty is kind of.
Lee, I'm
Chaz
gonna
is just
whisper
gonna
you
look
something.
Sure,
look
go for it.
at like Vic and Khidre and Glenn and Heccamus and just be like, well, Cammy, you don't really know Morty that well, so it's probably best you stay with us just until your feet are on the ground, even though he is your countryman. Pretty sure we're not gonna get Khidre. I mean, we're not gonna get Vistra out of the ambulance. Pretty sure she's going with Morty. Glenn, you were recently dead. Probably best not to go somewhere where you're going to be dead again if you're not careful. So, Khidre, Vic, do either of you want to go?
I feel he shouldn't go alone. It's
Well,
Well, he's got
Vistra is going to
Vistra with
go
him.
with him. We couldn't. Basically, it would take a crowbar to
They
pry
can take
Vistra
2
away
people,
from him.
but they don't have to. They can
Yeah.
just take Vistra.
Yeah. Well, I think it's best we send someone with Morty, but we also need to solve this whole conundrum.
The sooner we solve it,
And-
the sooner we get Morty back.
Yeah, and going down to the mines where we don't really know what we're going to find there, I think we're going to need as many
May.
of the team as we can
Beg your pardon?
take.
Sorry, continue. May,
Sorry.
I whispered something to you.
No, I finished.
Just Kat, I didn't quite your sound cut out for a second when you were addressing Glenn. Were you saying he shouldn't go down to the mines with you where he'll die
No,
again?
no. He shouldn't go with Morty because he's just been dead. So he's got he's more susceptible to disease. She was actually being nice in a roundabout way.
No, that's cool. I wasn't sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were trying to convey, so I just wanted to be sure before I made any kind of response or whatever. I won't say anything. I'm just going to stay silent and agree because, frankly, I want to be there to heal you guys if we're going into another dungeon raid.
Vic's just gonna look over at Zeppy and be like, "We should go talk to your boss first, huh?"
So yeah.
Hecamus also kind of adjusts his tunic and straightens his fez. Also, if we're to... I feel a little unsettled about leaving that undead chappie, what's-his-face, Revy What's-it, down there, but I feel there's not much I can do without knowing how to kill him. Perhaps some research would be in order.
We
hit the book.
can.
Chaz is gonna pick up while Hecamus is speaking. Chaz is gonna go over to his robe and pick it up and just give it a quick pat down, see if she can find anything.
Wow.
Okay. Investigation.
You're back.
Investigation? Yeah, do an investigation check. But I will have Emily answer that because Emily will be a bit more fine-tuned to what you will definitely find in those. One thing also, Emily, for Hecamus, could he roll for me a shit? Where'd my little paper thing go? I had it. Now I don't. I'm upset. Where is it? There's it.
Okay, so she got 21.
So what's she investigating, sorry?
Is there anything in her in Hecamus's cloak?
Oh man. Okay. So I'll just roll for Lee first, and then I will. Okay, Hecamus rolled. What was I rolling?
History.
Okay.
Yes.
History. Okay, so that's 22 in total.
Okay. I will DM whisper you what you discover. Well, remember at this point. While yeah, basically give Chaz
While I explain what Chaz
details.
has found. Okay, right. In Hecamus's wizardly robes, you find half a cupcake wrapped in waxed paper that has a number of little teeth marks in the paper that indicates that Snidget has been chewing in it. There is also a roll of parchment, a quill, a spare quill, a bottle of ink that's evidently leaked because it's really crusty around the lid, and that particular pocket is full of dried ink. And you can actually see a stain on the velvet on the other side. He probably also has a little nub of pencil. There's a spare jacket for Snidget. There's a lot of animal fur, like lots of shed Snidget fur, and probably actually a Snidget poop in one of the pockets. She kind of does like little rabbit droppings, so she probably pooped in there and he didn't even notice. But in the final pocket inside, there is a slim novel, like poorly bound together, just stitched together with thread. And it has a very exaggerated portrait of a flexing dragonborn with far too many biceps on it. And the book reads, the title is Concubines of the Red Dragon Lord. It appears to be something along the lines of a Harlequin, one of the really cheap, smutty Harlequin novels. But he has not noticed that you found that. He's completely preoccupied with Morty at the moment.
Okay. She just rolled a not natural 20 to sleight of hand that into her own bag.
All right, she now has his secret trashy smut stash. Well, one of his secret trashy smut stash.
And she's got to look over at him and just be like, do you want this back or do you want me to burn it?
Okay,
Stoneplague.
What, the cloak?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's probably best that we burn that. It's all right. They're my second best robes anyway.
Okay, and as she's holding it, she's just gonna like just look everyone in the eye and just go flame on. and just drop it with fire, like burning it up.
It's rude to do that in somebody else's tomb, Chaz.
We're not in someone else's tomb. We're
On
above
top of
someone
somebody else's tomb. Vic's still
You
on the
look
floor
slightly
hugging a
wistful.
cat.
I like those robes.
Heckamus, we can get you some more robes, bud. We're heading to the Artisan's Quarter anyway.
We can get
Oh,
you
it's
some better
perfectly-
robes.
It's perfectly all right. I've got a spare set.
Heckamus,
We can get
those
you
when I
some better
graduated.
robes.
we're trying to be as polite as we can in saying that your robes are fucking ugly and we're getting you some new ones.
Yeah,
I
And Chaz is just gonna like.
let the man wear
Yeah.
what he wants.
Please let us dress our new friend.
Come on, like, really, it's me and Vic. It's gonna happen anyway. At some point.
We dressed Morty.
I couldn't possibly put you out. I mean, I do have a spare set of robes.
Heckamus, it is absolutely fine. I recently just came into an inheritance of 11 platinum pieces. I can send some on you.
Vic just looks at her. Did you now?
Well, technically it was Vistra's inheritance.
Vic's gonna push himself up, go over to Heckamus, take his head in his hands, like hands on either side of his face, and go, Heckamus, treat yourself.
Yes.
He's gonna be like, we're going.
Are you sure?
Well,
look pretty.
we also have like the platinum and the gems that we
Yeah.
found in the tomb that Lemon and the two
Also,
of
Glenn's
his
got
other
his finger
friends,
in the air.
their other friends have graciously shared with us, so we should probably fence the
Ah.
gems off
Okay. Sorry, Emily,
Yeah.
I sent you a thing.
and divide
Oh, thank you.
divide the platinum and stuff.
What is it, Glenn?
I just figure, seeing as there's a delay with my audio, it's better if I just put my finger up before trying to interject and then cutting someone off. Just while that whole conversation was going, I just walked over and politely took my quarterstaff and got back and said, getting quoted. That's it.
Yeah. So, he's just going with Morty. The rest of us are going adventuring. Vic's gonna turn to a cat and just be like, do you want to come with me or do you want to go with them, bud? Then I'll wait for Lee to realize I've asked a question.
Sorry, give me a tick. I'm just typing something
It's
up.
all good.
But do talk amongst yourselves.
All right.
Chaz is just gonna be like, so before we go adventuring into the mines, are we going shopping?
Yeah.
Chaz is
I
gonna be
must.
like,
I must
arrows.
stress. I would feel simply dreadful if you spent money on me. I do have some coin. I'm quite
Heck,
happy to
Chaz
replace
is
my
just
own
gonna
gear.
be like, Chaz is just gonna look over at Vic and just like mouth.
Vic just looks at Chaz and he looks at Heckamus and he's like, seeing as you helped save our bacon down there, I'm going to take this as a, how do we call it? Friendship bonus. And the friendship bonus is that we're going to buy you some new robes and probably give you some money for putting up with that dumb shit.
Oh, goodness. I mean, if you really insist on the robes, then I
Well,
suppose I must acquiesce. But a Pekamovi never takes money for performing a service so integral to our.
Give it as a
perhaps not, but
familiar
I don't.
upkeep bonus. Because your familiar
Chaz-
looks hungry at all times.
Chaz is just gonna
Well, I won't
very,
deny
very
that.
quietly look at Vic and just be like, I'll take his share.
I'm sure you will. Vic's going to wander over, and because he's got a spell slot left for it, he's going to crouch down to talk to Axelrod really quickly.
Okay.
With his arms. And he's going to cast Speak with Animals, so he can also talk to a cat in a minute as well. He's going to look at Axelrod and just be go, you okay, buddy?
Where are they taking him?
They're taking him somewhere where he can have a bit of a rest. He's kind of overdone it.
Why can't I go with him?
Well, we're worried, and by we I mean everybody is worried that if you go with him, somebody will take you away from him and we won't be able to find you. So the safest place is with Khidre.
But what if they take him away and we can't find him?
Vistra's going with him. Have you
What if
ever
they
seen anybody try to take something away from Vistra and live to tell the tale?
What if they take Vistra away and we can't find her?
Then we will turn the world upside down to find them. I know you can find Morty no matter where he is. You're his favorite.
At this point,
you're
can-
getting a general
can-
air of distress from Axelrod.
At this point, can Mouse fly over and land on Axelrod's head and start preening feathers?
Oh, bless.
He's gonna fix the baby.
Yes, Mouse can definitely do that, and does definitely do that. But Axelrod is just a little bit basically very depressed. It's got they're sort of slumped, and their sort of legs are splayed out in front of them, and sort of like slumped forward.
I got a question for you, buddy. Do you think that you can help us fix what's wrong with Morty? Because that's what we're going to go do.
What can I do?
You can help us because we're going to go find out what did this to Morty, and then we're going to smash it with a really big hammer that Khidre is holding. And you can help us find it.
You see them give a cursory look at the said hammer. It's like,
Oh. Khidre notices that and she's like, what are you telling him?
will it bring Morty back?
Hopefully,
Will he
yeah.
come back?
He'll always come back to you, buddy.
Yeah.
He likes you more than he likes everybody, including his sister. And don't let him tell you any different.
And as a very quiet thing, and sort of Axelrod just throws it out, but he sort of says quietly, well, since Vic is the only one who can hear it, and sister's alive, you know.
Vic's eyebrows go doing. Really? Well, how about we get Morty better, and then when we find his sister, you can bite her for being a jerk.
Seems generally unhappy still, but with given a goal, they seem a little bit
Also,
more...
Vic's going to say to him just really quickly, also, I think Khidre kind of needs a hug, and you sticking with Khidre might be a good idea. Are you okay with that?
Whilst this back and forth is happening, Hecamus is going to sidle up to Khidre. As he's had a look, Vic is talking. He's scared of Chaz. Glenn is still naked. So Khidre is...
Glenn has pants on now.
Oh, Glenn has pants on, but he's seen Glenn naked, so he can't look him in the eye. So Khidre is the safe conversation option at this point. So
yes,
he has sidled up to Khidre, and I beg your pardon, miss.
Yes.
I do forgive me if it has been explained. In my excitement, I possibly missed it. Your young friend, Morty, what was his name? In full, if you please.
Would Khidre know?
Yeah,
of
Morty
character?
introduces himself by his full name every 10 minutes.
Oh, it's well, we call him Morty, but his full name is Mortdecai Rock.
Oh, good lord. Oh, that does present a quandary. Yes, that's... Oh,
Does
poor
it?
fella. Well, you see, I assume that you have by now made the connection that Morty and myself are of Erasnian heritage, and
Yes.
indeed are both from families in Orasnia that, whilst may not be of long lineage, are, well, I suppose the passe term is nouveau riche. You see, my family made its money in whiskey, and the Roches, I'm not actually sure what they do. Dorcas never said, but the point is, Morty's name actually came up. You see, I'm in Erasnia on somewhat false pretenses. In that
Okay.
there's a diplomatic affair, I suppose, that's being conducted, and I managed to pull a few strings and get invited along because I just, well, frankly, I couldn't resist the rumors coming out of Redcliffe in regards to technology and magic being combined. It sounded not just thrilling, but fantastic in terms of public accessibility. I mean, the things you could do making magical artifacts accessible to non-spellcasters would, but I'm derailing myself. In any case, one of the lords at the diplomatic meetings in preparation for our trip to Redthrone, because of course things between Redthrone and Erasnia are a trifle dicey at present. And by dicey, I mean they're simply not playing ball. It's not cricket at all. Is that Morty has apparently caused a few feathers to be ruffled in amongst the well-to-do and elite of Erasnia. And so whilst
Okay.
Redthrone is not terribly friendly towards Erasnians, there is a possibility that my countrymen, if Redthrone were to attempt to flex their muscles and refuse to treat Morty or throw him out, my countrymen may not intervene or may make things worse. So, given that he can't rely on the support of Erasnia, I fear we should keep an extremely close eye on our young friend.
Jess has just got to call out and just be like, what's the name of that town you keep mentioning?
Erasnia?
Then she's just very, very quietly just going to go, fuck. And like start searching in her bags and her robes for something. And she's just going to be like, Mouse had this.
What's that?
It's
It's
a
a
letter for
letter.
Morty.
Perfect storm. Cackling from DM cackling.
Khidre,
I was
do you
gonna
mind
give
giving
him-
that a read, or Heckamus or somebody?
Kida is going to.
Like, I was going to give it to him after all of this, and then I kind of forgot.
Oh dear. Kida is going
Oh.
to reach for the letter since Heckamus is sitting next to her right now, basically. So she's going to like open it. Like she's like, sorry, Morty. She's going to open it.
Morty has no
And-
secrets from us now. That's true.
Well, she still feels bad about it, but it's with the information that Heck has brought up. I think like she thinks it's best they are prepared for whatever is brewing. So she's going to open the letter.
What does it say?
The letter is is actually two thick parchments. They are both addressed to Morty, but are sent from two different people. One is written in a more scrawlier handwriting, and another one in a bit more cursive, elegant one. As for the details, the DM will give you the details of such after the break.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
suspense!
I'm excited
Suspense!
because Vic knows more of Morty's other secret.
Oh dear.
Okay. So, previously on, we discovered that there has been letters withheld by Chaz, who is now strangely mute. As she hands over the letter to Khidre, who, muttering an apology, opened it right up and got straight into reading it. So, the two parchments to hand in front of Khidre. One of them, like I mentioned, has very scrawly, almost rushed handwriting. The other one, a bit more cursive, deliberate, and very pretty looking. But on closer inspection, to Khidre, unintelligible, because it is written in a script that you are not familiar with. So I'll
Would you
give
like
you.
me to have a look?
I will give Khidra. This is the scrawly handwritten ones. I hope that works out fine.
So this is the one. This is the one that she can actually read.
Yes, that's the one she can actually read. The
Okay.
other one is another question. Does Khidra pass the unintelligible one to?
She's going like she's holding like, okay, I can read this one. She flips the parchment over to the other letter, and she just holds it, and then holds it closer to her face, and she's just like squinting really hard, trying to make out.
Khidra,
Like,
I want you to roll a shit. What did I say? You needed to roll for this.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
oh dear.
Do good.
can't think. Intelligence. Just a generic intelligence check.
9.
Staring into the script, you notice that the script, the writing actually shifts a bit, as if the words are changing. And for a moment, you get a flash of what looks like almost symbols, but you blink and it's gone, and it's back to sort of like an unintelligible, like, running writing for all you know.
Yeah, this is no heck. You try.
Oh, hello. I shall do my best, milady. May I?
It's like, it's weird and creepy crawly, and it's shifting.
All right.
That sounds like a bad time.
Or my eyes are playing tricks on me. I'm tired.
Vic just leans over and pats Khidra on the shoulder.
Oh, thank you.
All
She's
right.
just going to lean against Vic a little bit.
Pat.
If I may, time to put the old degree to use. What? And
What's a degree?
he's going to use
like
Steppy from the side. Isn't that a measure of burn?
I think so.
Or like
I don't think.
temperature?
Okay, Zippy.
yes, interestingly enough, it is. But it's also a measure of one's academic prowess. So I've never really been good at much, but I am good at something. Precisely. Oh, when you say it like that, it's a little diminutive, isn't it? Well,
Well,
I
not
guess I was never
intentionally.
really good for anything that was applicable. So, but words I can do.
That's
So-
applicable. Words are in everything.
So he takes a look. Do I need to? What should I roll?
First, I would like you to roll a. I can't think. You know what? I don't give a crap. Intelligence check. I'd like you to roll intelligence.
Okay, int. Am I doing investigation, history, arcana, anything like that?
Because it's related. I'd say arcana. Doing an arcana. Basically, it's an
Okay,
arcana.
right. Let's do it. Oh, motherfucker. That fell off the table. Can I roll that again?
Oh,
Reroll.
Thank you. Sorry.
That's good.
Yeah, let's try it. Natural 20!
Nice.
Up in this business.
You
yeah,
have
I got the
identified the
academics for you.
words.
Yeah.
Okay. You are very familiar with this script. A part of you wants to scream celestial, but you know that's wrong. Celestial has a certain a singing to it. The script of celestial tends to be a bit more symbolic and usually littered with a lot of metaphors. But this one is a lot more direct than celestial is, though it does share the same script, and almost immediately you do know what it is. You know what it is, but you cannot for the life of you read it. It is void.
Dang blast and bother it all to heck. It's I'm terribly sorry, chaps. It's written in void.
Captain,
Yes, sir?
can you pass that here for a sec?
Of course. He rolls it up and hands it to Vic.
All right, Vic is going to have to make a. Does he have to make a check, or can I just, with my limited knowledge of the swear words and possibly how to count to 10 in void?
High school level void.
Yeah, it's basically high school level void. He hasn't quite
Aw.
picked up onto the college level yet.
Oh, sweetie.
How to order? Is it Starbuck
Ah,
Cthulhu Riley the
Oh, you
Pathagan? In
You
a
were
venti
faster.
macchiato, please.
shit. Fuck. Sorry.
Balls.
If
I-
we
I-
are
I
speaking
fucked up.
full of Tagn, I think the macchiato would only come in Trenta.
That's true. And it would still be tiny in his great big world-ending hands.
Yeah.
Really? Oh god, where is it? Holy shit.
I would like to order the fish. Also, tell me your video's off.
Tag!
Oh shit. Okay, wait, sorry, the letter just went away. Wait, fuck.
Control Z.
It's self-destructive.
It is written in void.
You looked at it too long and disappeared.
Vic looks up. No eyeballs left. Huh?
Oh no! No! Please.
Oh god, why
Oh,
would you
that'd
do
be
that?
Terrible. No.
Why would you say that?
Have you met me?
I have several times.
I was gonna say, I told you guys had been my video. Oh no. Is my screen still frozen?
Your
Yeah.
video's off.
Yeah, it's your video's off. And you
Alright, I'm-
just did the whole
Alright, I'm
Pathagan.
gonna jump out of call and try again.
Okay.
Cthulhu Pathagan. What a wonderful phrase. Cthulhu Pathagan means the end of your days.
Means Cthulhu rising out of the haze. It's the prophecy we've longed to see. Cthulhu
Cthulhu
Pathagan.
Pathagan.
Okay, I'm now going to share this. I got it back. I'm now going to share this. So, okay, Vic,
Yes.
first things first, I need you to roll me an intelligence check. Just generic intelligence.
Let me get my dice out of the box so I can use a dice to roll in the box.
Roll the
I'm
one
gonna
that
roll. I
smells
fucking
like
dropped it.
sandalwood.
I rolled the sandalwood one and it gave me a 17 plus my whatever for intelligence.
Okay.
Oh,
I will link it to
19.
you. Nice. I will link it to you. Hopefully, it'll work. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da.
chodź. Jeszcze nie, Luka, idź
It is
sobie.
in your chat.
Given what Axelrod
Ow.
just told Vic, and
Oh.
the fact that he knows a little bit about Morty's background in history, Tom, we can hear you, we just can't see you.
Sorry.
Given what he knows about Morty's background in history, he's going to take one look at this letter, he's going to read as much of it as he can, and then he just looks up and he's like, fuck.
What?
So if Morty's sister does come looking for him, can you just, like, tell her that we don't know where he is so that she doesn't, like, blast us all to hell and back or something?
What? Why?
This is a letter from Maddie.
Oh. Well, does the what's she saying?
As far as I can make out, it is Mortdecai, very helpful. You decided to pick a language, a language blank instead of yet another, I'm assuming, mechanical construct. Come back home. I'll need you here to something this with love, M.
Oh. Well, that doesn't seem very threatening, does it?
No, but I'm assuming if it's the same Maddie that Mortdecai's always blathering about, that. Oh, speaking of, Vic's just like going off on another tangent. I had an idea. Heck, you in particular may be able to help me with this idea.
Oh yes, Vic. Anything I can do?
We need to tell people. I'm assuming Morty hasn't left yet, or has he left yet? With the magical people, with the magical EMTs.
Oh, the
Yeah,
magical
yeah.
EMTs have at this point started to retreat. Vistra in tow, and who was the second person going with?
Nobody. It was just Vistra.
Okay, well, Vistra is in tow with the EMTs. You see them.
Okay, Vic's just
get
gonna
into
grab
a-
Vistra real quick and pull her back,
Okay.
just for a second.
She
And
looks
just be like, all right,
angry and
guys.
harangued. What?
No, Vistra, this is important. His name is Vic. I am Morty. I am Mortdecai off. He is Vic Twig. For the rest of this trip that we're here, that's what's happening.
What? Why would he change his name? What's wrong?
Because if he doesn't, and somebody finds out that he is laying down unconscious and they can stab him in the neck real fast.
You see sort of Vistra's loading symbol above her head. All right. Well, maybe we should remove anything on this person that counts as.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go rummage around and take the shit that has his stuff on it and put it in your
Just
pockets.
be careful with the
Yeah.
plague.
Yeah, I'll do that. I can do that.
Also, try not to explode anything. I know
Okay,
you know
should
you
I-
want to, but
And
we love you, Vistra.
I love you too, Vic. But should I be aware of something? What did you find out? I mean, is someone trying to kill Morty?
Yes.
That's.
Or they will if they find out he's here.
Should I be keeping an eye out for an assassin or something?
Keep an eye out for a really stuffy-looking dude who's probably a prick in a nice coat.
She gently looks over at Morty, who is a.
It was that Aldor dude.
Oh, Aldor! Oh, that asshole! Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
Oh, I just heard Mango for 2 seconds there, like.
Thank you.
Where?
It was the Aldor guy.
All right. Well, I can keep an eye out on Aldor, but okay, I'll keep Morty safe, and you. And you see her sort of like a moment of seriousness, however they come, but a moment of seriousness. She's like, "You don't die either, okay?
We will be
Hi, Tom.
perfectly fine. We've already met our death quota for the week, and Vic just points at Glenn.
Hopefully.
Well, try not to tempt the quota, whatever. Just don't die."
Okay. We'll do. Take care of yourself, yeah? If you need anything.
My ear.
Yes. If you need anything at all, you do have a way of contacting us, correct? Your
Oh, the
earpieces.
Right. Okay.
Yes, Glenn.
I just wanted to check if you could hear me properly.
Hello. We do
Yeah,
hear
I
you.
said hello, Tom.
Okay. I could. I know you said hello, but I didn't know whether you could hear me. All right, that's cool. Was that?
With that, Vistra sort of waves goodbye as she sort of trots behind the EHTs.
Vic is going to turn back to Heck and the others and be all, I've answered to Morty enough that I kind of answer it to it like it's my own name anyway, so just don't even keep going, yeah?
Okay.
Yes? No? Maybe?
Sorry.
Any input from the crowd?
Oh, wait. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Well,
Vic just
I
said
suppose.
he answers to Morty enough that it's kind of like he's answering to his own name. So sorry, Khidre, I didn't mean to stop you.
It's okay.
You do your thing.
Well, I suppose it's a smart thing to do, at least for now, but let's just hope that nobody comes after us, or
Well,
they'll
they know
find
there's a
it
Morty
out.
running around in the city. They just don't know
That's true.
which one of us is Morty.
Yeah,
Chaz introduced herself as Morty at least once.
that's true. Well, if anything, we can always smash.
something that may be pertinent, my dear chaps and
Chapesses.
lady chaps and
Chapesses.
non-binary chaps, is
Chapex.
that yes, that too, absolutely, is that
Really? Yes, there's a nugget.
I believe when Taldor was when Aldor was explaining, when I first heard of Aldor's, shall I say, irritation with Morty.
We call that a murder boner.
Okay, when I first heard of his
What I'm most amazed about is that you can smell that.
obsession
But not
with
Ignore him.
locally.
with Morty,
Well, that's right under me.
he described him. I didn't know his last name, but I was given a very thorough description. That was how I was able to identify that this was in fact Mortdecai Rock.
We know some people with some magic.
thin. Well, I mean, you're a strikingly handsome fellow, but you don't look a great deal like the description. Perhaps
we know some people with some magic.
Oh, you do too. Jolly good. That's not me, is it? Because I don't believe I'm proficient with any disguise abilities. Or
no,
alter self,
but
I'm afraid.
I'm sure that we can find someone.
Jolly good.
Stares at Chaz.
Chaz,
Gently.
strangely mute. Stares off in the distance, thinking of money.
Very in character indeed.
Chaz would be able to cast disguise on Vic if we need to go anywhere that's intensely public and or somebody's looking for Morty though, so.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we gonna get a move on? We're gonna have to.
Yeah, we should.
Let's go back to the Artificer's Quarter and yell at shithead for a while about not warning us.
Oh. Hmm.
Lead on, chaps.
While they
that flags down, goes off to flag
Yeah.
down the carriage.
while they are traveling, Vic wants to have a bit of a word with Zeki, just real quick.
I'm assuming you all file into the carriage, so
Yeah.
you'll snap inside one. So Zeppy sits down on one end and Vic on the other. So
Yeah, Vic's just like, hey, sorry I yelled at you before. That was actually really fucking rude of me, and it was like not cool. So I'm sorry about that.
I'm aware I tend to have heel and throat syndrome, so I could have been a bit more softer with the.
It's all good though. I just wanted to say I really appreciate the fact that you helped us out a lot when we were underground. So thank you for that.
I mean,
I know it was your job, but
I mean, if help was considered, nearly blowing you guys up at least 3 different incidents. So.
but it was really fucking funny. So
It's all water under the bridge, old girl.
it was
all,
really funny.
I guess it was.
It's all good. It's all
A little bit funny.
What's a little bit of collateral damage between friends, eh?
I mean, it's bound to happen.
I'm pretty sure I've dropped on Khidre from a great height at least once. So how many times would that be now?
I don't remember. Well,
That's probably because I landed on your head. But yeah, they're going to travel back to the Artificer's Quarter, and Vic is going to send. He's going to like cram himself into a corner while they're traveling and have a read of Silent Tread's letter, and start writing a response.
Oh.
So
I'm pretty sure at this point Chaz would be trying to sneak peeks. I have a
Vic could
feeling.
literally bite her. Like, it wouldn't be even a front. He would just lean over and fucking
Well,
bite her.
well, if he wants, he can just squeeze himself into a corner and Khidre can sit next to him.
It's okay.
and
Vic's
he
used to
can-
fending off Chaz.
Khidre is just going to nap while they are.
Would
On
this
the
count as a
way.
short rest?
Oh
Since
wait,
we're going to be
shit,
traveling
actually,
for a few hours?
one thing.
Yeah.
Hold on. Zeppy
That
wanted to do
depend-
this for a while now. 7.
I
Shit.
want to level up.
No level up
Yeah,
for
we
you.
need a long rest to level up.
Eat my day.
Oh, too bad. No level up for you. We'll never get
Fuck you!
this.
Check that line. Woo!
Yes.
of
Hecamus
9.
is going to.
Yeah.
Now that his robe's been removed, Snidget has nowhere to hide, so he's going to take her from his shoulder
Oh.
and place her on her lap and start trying to straighten out her crappy fur.
Oh. Oh yeah. Additionally, she is going to nap while also holding Axelrod, like against her in her lap or like just wherever she can
That's adorable.
Axelrod is
hold on to him.
tangibly down. Like,
Oh baby.
tangibly very upset. Like, they not so much lost the will to live kind of level, but like there is there's a sluggishness to his movements, and he
Isn't
seems
it what my dad?
No,
Oh, darling.
I love him.
Meanwhile, Zeppy sort of reaches in to her coat and comes out with three potions and sort of hands them out. They're just standard healing potions, and she's like, I had these in case anyone needed them, but you guys seem to have your own stash, but thought it would help. So
Dreadfully
Chad,
appreciated.
whoever wants the potions, take
Thank
one.
you, old sport.
I'll accept one.
Okay, and so she hands you one.
Vic doesn't need one, but if Khidre, Hecc, and
I'll take
Slayer
one.
want one.
How much?
Happily. Thanks.
much? What do I have to roll to use one right away?
It is a D. Fuck.
1d8, I think.
+4 or something like that.
Mm.
Shit, no,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Minecraft. Fuck off.
Vic will give his to Chaz.
Not Vic.
Sorry, Hecc will. Shit, sorry. Hecc will give his to Chaz.
They're 2d4 +2.
2d4.
2d4.
So essentially, a d10.
A d8.
Yeah.
D8 plus
Oh
2
yeah,
is
plus
10.
2.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
2d4. You
But it-
technically have a higher chance of getting a higher number with
I
3.
I will.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
For
roll a
future-
d10 though, because you may just come up with a 1 if you do.
Yeah.
Four.
So roll 2d4, because, I mean,
Yeah.
more d4s, you get a
Yeah,
higher
I
chance.
just got
getting-
2 4s, so.
There we go then.
That's good.
See?
Yeah.
Well,
+4?
Plus 2, wasn't it?
+2. Sorry. Yeah, I zoned out and
Okay.
was not paying attention. +2. Sorry.
Okay.
Mm.
She's still tired.
I only got 5 health back, but it's better than nothing. So
yes.
Mm.
Perhaps if Hecamus seems to believe that the more he sort of bribes and placates Chaz, the less terrifying she will be.
Oh,
Hopefully she won't touch his knee again. That was scary.
That will only feed her. That will only fuel her.
It's only going
He
to
doesn't
get
know
worse.
this.
Bless him.
Look, he's not used to attractive forward women kind of
Aw. Honey.
running rampant everywhere. She's
Honey.
scary, okay? She's
She
an
is,
unexploded bosom waiting
admittedly.
to happen.
An exploded bosom.
Aw.
I guess seeing as we're just riding, can I just take a moment just to address Vic?
It's a 4-hour travel, so do what you will.
Oh,
Little
We're
thing.
technically
Okay.
taking a
Well,
short
just-
rest.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, you've been reading your book or letters, and I just want to also,
It
yeah.
only takes Vic half an hour to sort out the letter situation.
Okay.
So,
So basically, I just wanted to say, right, Vic, I guess I just wanted to apologize. I've thought about what you were saying, and while I really don't understand why it was okay for Chaz to set you on fire, I get that I've been putting my nose in where it's not needed or something. I know you can fight your own battles and decide when you want to be annoyed at something or not, and I just wanted to say I'm sorry for that. Yeah.
Vic's taking a moment to try to remember which time Chaz setting him on fire is the problem. Not to demean what you're saying, he's just trying to remember which time, because Chaz has set him on fire multiple times.
It was in the hotel. She set you on fire for no reason. I came in to try and figure out why on earth she did that, and then she threatened me, and I made water go on her, and then she went out the window the last time she ran off.
Oh, fair enough.
And
yeah,
you told me that that what I did was wrong, and so I just wanted to apologize properly.
That's okay. Look, Chaz and I have this weird. I don't know how to explain it. First off, I appreciate the apology. I'm sorry I got snippy, because that was kind of shit of me to do to you.
Well, you're like that in the morning, and I should know that by now.
No, it's not an excuse, dude. You just can't, like, make excuses for me if you have to apologize for something. I'm saying, look, like, that was shitty of me, so I'm sorry about that. Chaz and I have this weird friendship thing. She does weird shit, and I forgive her for it, because nobody else is gonna.
You hear a disgusted noise from Chaz. Ugh.
Yeah, you can shut the fuck up, princess. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, it's different, I think, when you've been hanging out with somebody for a while versus when you don't really know them that well. So I appreciate it. Thank you. Vic digs into his pocket and comes out with one of Glenn's good berries, just holds it out. Good berry.
Oh, bless.
Wonderful.
After this time, it can't be any good, but I'll accept it for now.
It's a gesture of good berry.
Okay. At the same time, just before Khidre naps, if that's okay, I'll also might as well just get this out.
Yeah.
Ever since you turned into a very old lady, I've been really scared, and I'm sorry that created a situation where I put myself in harm's way. I shouldn't have been acting like that, because I was really scared, but I can't do the stuff that you do, and I can't be standing in front of you all the time. I'm sorry
Well,
for that as well.
well, technically, that's what I'm here in this group for, and I think it's going to be best if you do you, and you do what you do best, and I do what I do best, and we just try to stay safe, okay? And
I can agree on
each
that.
other safe, doing what we can do best.
Okay.
So, look, I nearly died. You died and came back. I think we're good on this front. Let's just not repeat that.
Hecamus is watching this whole thing with an expression of confusion, but also he's a little bit.
Oh no.
Like, this is
from the
adorable
side-
friends being kind to each other. He's loving this.
From the
Aw.
side that you hear some sniffling, and then regardless of where the two of you are sitting, Zeppi comes out and puts an arm on each of you. Khidre,
Aw.
Glenn. I love you too, guys.
I love Zeppy.
I'll
Sophie's
give her
been
a hug.
adopted Immediately.
I'll hug
And
her.
once Glenn is done, Khidre's just going to pull her in with one arm because she's holding Axelrod with the other, and she's just going to hug her too. And pat her shoulder like it's okay.
You all have such a warm and genuine regard for one another, and don't trivialize one another's feelings.
Don't let it fool you. We are so frustrated.
You are so. It's lovely to see such consideration amongst comrades, particularly comrades who, well, I don't mean to be crass, but who tend to let their fists do the talking. It's just gives me a lot to think about, really.
And
You've just
goes-
caught us in rare form.
Vic cops and he goes, yeah, speaking of Fist doing the talking, so I got another letter from Silent Tread.
Oh, a sort of physical sort of chap, is he?
Not yet, hopefully.
Oh.
Khidre's like, really?
It's like you can see the cogs spinning in Hecamus's brain, and he suddenly makes a Harlequin connection, and it's like, oh!
What?
Scandalized gap.
You mean to say that you and Silent Treader? Oh,
Oh.
Vic's just sort of slowly going purple. Like he's
Oh,
trying to
He's
he's trying to head this off at the pass by informing them that he received a letter, but it's not working because every time they've made fun of him, he's just gone, oh, whatever the fuck. But now he's actually trying to be like, okay, so I got a letter, and he's just like slowly dying.
Wait,
Oh,
inside.
bless.
I just want to also say, just from Hecamus's response, I've suddenly gone, wait, that Silent Tread guy you guys keep talking about, you and him, wait, really?
No, not
Khidre's just going to clamp a hand over Glenn's mouth, like,
what I was gonna say is he sent us something useful, and he pulls out the card that Silent Tread attached to the letter. It's a
Is
black
it
card.
a nudie? Oh.
No, it's not a
Oh,
fucking.
Zeppy. Is it a nudie?
If
Oh.
it was a nudie, I would have been keeping it to myself. Believe me.
yeah.
Flips
That's
it
how you guys roll.
Hecamus
He
is
flips it
Scarlet
around, and
again.
it's a black card with silver spider web on it. And he's like, "Look, remind me that I have this when we need to spend money." Okay.
Absolutely, good sir. I mean, please don't confuse my curiosity for prurience. It's just, I mean, when I met him, he was a lovely chap, but he did seem rather,
He's
I guess, involved in his work.
a little bit, yeah. He's really hot. He's kind of nice to me, and he's got a good sense of humor. So
Well, I mean, that's jolly good for you. Well done.
don't know about that. I don't know if it's jolly good for him, but it's good for me.
Well,
Vic's just
don't
sort of like scratching awkwardly at his shoulder, like.
Oh, bless.
Don't undersell yourself, Victor. I'm sure. I mean, admittedly, we have had somewhat limited contact, but you've seemed an absolutely spiffing bloke, from what I understand.
Vic
I
is
think
just- Vic
he's
just looks at him
done
and he's
rather
like,
well.
I like you. You can stay.
He's done rather well for himself, I would warrant. Anything to anyone who can get him out of his office and get him smiling a little bit. Well, I say that's jolly good
we
for both
haven't
of you.
had so much of it has been a little bit more telling me not to do the thing and then me going and doing the thing and making his life a little bit harder. But you know, that's how it rolls. Anyway, changing the subject from that to something else. How about this weather, eh?
I would like everyone to remember how nice Vic smells and note that the air does smell very appealing at the moment.
What?
Vic is just like hoping they wouldn't remember that.
Oh.
He's been desperately hoping they
You
wouldn't
are
remember.
in a small enclosed space with each other. You are definitely not getting out of this, Vic.
Yeah.
Shit.
It really does
Things
smell
Vic
like
wishes.
cupcakes.
So
That's
if did you put on some kind of floral sent for it for Silent Tread. Did he give you something like that? That's nice.
Vic's just like mumbling to himself, and it sounds something like I ate one of the chocolates, but it's I want a chocolate.
I think he said he wants a chocolate.
No,
Well,
I want another chocolate.
Well, I
No,
don't precisely have any chocolate, but Heckham isn't
No,
going to
it's
start
not that,
rummaging in
it's-
his bag.
I don't need chocolate. No, I already have some, and that's the problem.
Okay, he's furiously tossing through his rucksack, which is
Bless
quite
him.
battered, and there's books flying everywhere. A small novel sails out of the pack and almost whacks Vic in the ear.
Vic's gonna
There's
pick the novel up and
eventually-
see what it is.
Okay, it is.
It's one of
Let
his
me.
forgery books.
It is actually. It is.
Good.
Where is it? Passion in the Abyss, and it has.
Just looking at it, what languages are written in?
It's written in Common.
Yeah, Vic's just looking at the book, and he's just like, huh.
Yeah. It's a Passion in the Abyss. It has a rather a couple of demons entwined in a rather Fabio-esque cover. There's definitely heaving bosoms and rippling pecs, and someone probably uses throbbing in a description somewhere in one of the passages.
Vic's just gonna flip it over and read the back.
Well,
It's
yeah.
just like you can see his eyebrow just slowly creeping higher.
Well, Heck has not noticed that he's chucked this out thus far. But
Oh,
as he's
bless.
tossing his bag, he pulls out his water skin, a package of. You're not quite sure what it is, but it's a little wax pot with a wax stopper, a rock of some like a crystalline rock that smells kind of sticky, that's wrapped in paper,
All rocks.
and it actually looks like a rock of sugar. And there's a dozen small cakes all wrapped in waxed paper that he's kind of pulled out of a container from the bottom.
Do you have like a bag that just has everything in it? Is this like a wizard thing?
Well, if I could afford Hewitt's handy haversack, that would be magnificent.
Oh no,
but
I mean,
no,
is this a wizard that wears pants thing?
no, no, it's like
Because he just looks over at Glenn and he's like, "You never have a rucksack that's full of stuff." Stuff.
I'm afraid I'm a Mummy did teach me to pack very well,
Aw.
but he's held up his water skin and kind of lit a little used a summoned a little bit of mage fire underneath to light a little fire to start boiling the water in the water skin. I'm rather afraid I don't have any milk, a trifle uncivilized, but if you have any drinking utensils,
I
can
love
have
him.
Tea sounds like a fucking excellent option, and also this is a really good book.
Oh, good lord! May I have that back, please?
Fickle handed back to him
Oh.
quite happily. He's just like, "That's a good choice of reading material."
Oh,
I mean, he doesn't even look like he's joking. He legitimately looks like pleased at his choice of reading material.
He
Because
goes
this is-
peaks. Peaks.
is disappearing into the collar of his
Oh.
tunic. Like the bits that you can see between tunic and fez are scarlet. He's
Heck,
kind of
buddy.
whispering to himself, and he's stuffing this book as far in the bottom of his bag as he can.
Heck,
Look,
Miss
friend.
Buddy, I learned to read Common from a fucking accounting book, so anything is better than that.
Look, we are not judging here.
Chaz probably is, but we're not.
I feel like Chaz is judging.
Just a little.
Oh, I'm judging. You hear from Chaz.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Chaz judges me for what I put on my feet in the morning, considering I only own one pair of boots. That makes my life a little difficult.
I rather wish I hadn't used my.
It's okay, bud.
Anyone have a scroll of dimension door handy? I rather feel like I'd like to
I
disappear.
think we've already used that one.
Bud. Vic's just gonna like nudge him with an elbow. He's just like, "It's all good. Don't worry about it." Besides, tea.
Tea.
Magic hands, magic hands. So
If you want, I can tell you the horrendous time I first realized that I wasn't a tree. If we're talking like embarrassing stories.
you thought you were a tree?
My mom, one of my moms is a dryad. Just putting that out there.
That does clarify.
I was
that
like
does clarify
5,
things.
okay?
Oh.
I legitimately thought I was a tree and got really upset when I started to not grow roots. So I ran in screaming to my mom that I was broken and that I wasn't a tree and that everything was wrong. And she picked me up, and my mom is like an oak dryad, so she's freaking huge. So she picked me up and she looked me dead in the eye and she said, "It is a problem that you're not a tree, but it's okay because you're still going to be alive," and then put you back down again. And it was the weirdest fucking pep talk I've ever received in my life.
That's novel parenting, but it seems to have
It's
worked.
novel. It's kind of novel to have a tree for a parent. I mean, let's be real here.
Oh, that sounds like something my mom would say.
Aww.
Oh.
Mom's of the opinion that
this is,
trees are the
Sorry?
the best thing.
I don't know.
So
I'll check.
Well,
yeah,
I can't say she's entirely wrong.
No,
nothing
I
quite
can't either. To
stirs
be
the
honest.
nothing quite stirs the imagination like the sight of a magnificent oak.
I will tell her you said that, and she'll probably invite you over for dinner. Not to eat you though. Dryads don't like meat.
Oh, that's quite all right. I went to university with an elf who was a vegetarian.
Were they sick?
They were in excellent health, rather willowy, but yes, strong
You're a
constitution.
tree in disguise.
Khidre snorts. Willowy.
All right. Terrible. All right, so
Okay.
when we get to the artisan's quarter, Vic's gonna want to go to a post office to mail off his letter.
Yep.
And then wants to go to we want to go get our weapons fucking silvered and go yell at Iron Forge McButthole, and then and then go get Hecc some pretty new robes.
Well, Hex has doled out the tea and given you all one of his little wax paper wrapped cakes
Aw.
each,
Yeah, the delight.
which are kind of sweet.
Zeppi's
and
already
sticky.
finished hers.
Yeah.
You literally gave it to her and turned around, and then when you turned back to look at her, all she had was a wax paper in her hand and some mild stain on her mouth.
I love Zeppy.
Oh, bless.
I love Zeppi too.
It's a comfort to see a hearty appetite in a woman.
Yeah, sure. Do you have more?
He hands over another one.
Fucking
Yeah.
lunch or something. That's right. We haven't eaten for a while.
Yeah, you only noticed that now?
Well, now I do.
well,
Vic's like
good lord.
rummaging around in his bag for fucking rations. He's just like, "Where's the beef jerky? I need the beef jerky."
Hex solemnly
Um,
hands out the rest of the cakes. You've all got like 2 cakes each.
Glenn politely declines and offers his to Vic and Khidre just so they can have extra.
Well, as you put your hand out to give it to either Vic or Khidre,
Zeppy.
Zeppi is like leaning in.
Khidre puts her face on Zeppy's face. Okay, but puts her hand on Zeppy's face and is just like, no, this is fine.
Vic will take the cake, unwrap it, and then hold it out to Zeppi like she's a wild fucking animal, and just be like,
Oh, Vic,
Hi.
Vic, you
She wants
take
the cake.
the cake, all right.
Hecamus is chuckling into his collar.
"Oh heck." So Vic's gonna be digging into his beef jerky, but yeah, he's gonna
Those
eat
are
enough
really
that his
good.
stomach doesn't feel like it's like rolling around on the inside.
Hex still can't really look any of you in the eye, but he's calmed down a little bit.
Hecamus, you baby. He's
Okay.
gonna need to learn. Poor hun.
Khidre is just happily shoving cakes into her mouth like, this is really good. She says with her mouth full.
Alright,
Yeah,
well, if we're being suitably tea and caked.
Yep. The tea's kind of spicy, and I mean, there's no milk, but he's grated a generous bit of the lump sugar into it, so it tastes pretty good.
We're
Oh.
keeping him.
Yes, we are.
In favor?
Uh,
Zeppy can stay too, I guess.
That's not how found family works.
I don't
Family works.
care.
How family works.
Jolly good.
Uh,
He looks very pleased and kind of shoulder bump Zeppy. He's like, yes, we're in the gang now. We're cool.
We're cool kids, and we are so not cool kids. Holy shit.
Quick question to Zeppy.
Torment Becca, that will make
Do
me.
you
A quick
know?
answer to Glenn.
Do you know if there are any what's the word I'm looking for? Stores where you can buy herbs, ingredients, medicinal stuff.
The apothecary?
Yes, that's probably. I'm assuming that's the word you mean. If
Yeah.
it's a place you can buy herbs and foliage and stuff, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, well, okay, it depends. Do you want herbs and stuff that you want to put in stuff that you want to eat or imbibe? Or do you mean like plants that you want to grow and garden and
Oh no, stuff to put in stuff to eat, imbibe, or use for.
Then the apothecary was the right one, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Apothemary.
Right, you wanted to know where one was.
If there is one around. Near,
Yeah, definitely. There's like at least two, I think, or three, two, probably two. There's probably a third one somewhere.
Near where we're going?
The closest one is probably about 2 blocks from here. So, I mean,
yeah.
I could walk you there if you want, but like, who here doesn't know the place
Wrong with all of you? I'm wearing the same
as
armor
much?
as you. Clearly, I am one of you.
Well, okay, I
Nick
guess.
remembers how to get to what's his faces because he has that shit.
Yeah.
So he can lead the way to go get weapons silvered if Glenn wants to go to the apothecary or.
Yeah,
So I can go chaperone the druid to the apothecary and make sure he doesn't grow plants out of dead plants.
There's one other issue that I don't really have any money, and I was wondering if I could borrow some to pay someone back.
Vic is gonna dig directly into his pack. How much do you need?
Technically- Well,
I don't know.
technically,
I don't know.
Khidre takes out the platinum that they got from Lemon. We have this to split,
Hello.
so
Well,
That works, I guess.
okay. So let me just plonk
Yeah,
what
mute
I have
again, Lee.
written down.
You hear a gasp from Chaz.
Oh, Chaz.
Chaz was there when Lemon and Fez and
no,
She wasn't.
no.
Cowboy
She,
Hat.
Oh.
she'd taken me
She
back.
wasn't?
She wasn't present for that.
Oh yes, that's true. So there is I didn't write down the silver and copper. There, like, I don't remember how much there was. There were
I think it was like 60 copper and like 60 silver and like 1 copper or something. I don't know.
Man, I miss the days when I could go control F in Skype. Now I can't.
Darn you, Skype.
Like, we'll figure out how much Glenn owes and then sort that out,
Okay.
I guess. Because would you like us to hold on to your money, the rest of your money for you, Glenn?
Well, I don't have any money to hold on to right now.
Okay.
Well, you're going to have some very money, a very
Very
large
money.
amount of money very soon.
Very money.
Very money.
very, very money.
I
It's
guess.
okay, I can hold on to it for you.
Zeppy at this point pikes up. What is your
You
problem
sleep
with
well,
money?
hun.
He's
Huh?
never really needed it.
It's
Sounds like something a really rich person would say.
This is more of a walking around in the woods without pants
That's
person.
I'd say
I-
quite opposite in his case.
it just seems unnecessary at times, and I think it makes people act really mean as well. And
will quite agree that the promise of riches has blackened the heart of many an otherwise good-hearted individual.
Zeppy's squint now changes over to Heck.
Lee, what's the platinum to gold ratio?
I think it's 10.
I think
Is
it's
it?
100 for our game.
Well,
Yeah, for our game,
technically,
because economy.
for our
That's that.
game, since we kept mistaking 1 gold that was supposed to be 10 silver, and we kept saying 100 silver, I assume that they're like we are now running with our own personal conversions. Is why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is a personal conversion. Essentially, 100 of one is usually one of the higher up. Just to keep it simple, because like it was like 100 copper to 1 silver, and then 10 silver to 1 gold, and it was really confusing
Yeah,
for me personally.
It was a mess. So we have.
We're now mathsing. Zeppy pipes up. We're now mathsing.
Apparently we're
yes.
mathsing.
We are now.
Arithmetics. Hey, wasn't the guy who in the hospital your friend an accountant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we usually let him do the math.
Okay. How many members in the party now?
Better him than me, what?
7, including Heck.
No, also Zeppy be including themselves in this party, or they're
That
getting paid.
would-
I'm getting paid already, so don't bother. I
Okay.
actually have a wage, so by wage I mean commission. By commission I mean I sometimes get paid.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
No need to include me, chaps.
Hey,
I
if
find
you're sticking
fortune is its
around,
own
you're gonna need
reward.
Heck,
money.
I will. You take the money, or I will feed them to Snidget, and she will get very, very heavy. And
Snidget
in that
pops
case,
out from
either.
your clothing at the mention of feeding Snidget.
Well, in that case, I fear I should accept. She's getting rather tubby. I think she needs a diet.
I'm kidding. I wouldn't have hurt Snidget, but you've helped us a great deal. And since this is a paid gig that we are doing here, I think you deserve a cut as well.
And for the most part, I think you'll have more of a use for it than I will, for the most part.
Zeppy returns her squint at Glenn.
He lived in the woods with a bunch of
suppose
dudes
I
who
can
didn't wear
push-
any pants all the time. It was really weird.
Lee,
I can push it
question.
towards a new.
The gems, like, are we going to bother with, like, going somewhere, selling them, and then getting the money, or can I just add the money from the gems, like the value of the gems, into the money that...
We can just, what is that noise? Oh.
Just assume Chaz feds them for us or something.
Yeah, we'll just assume Chaz.
Assume Chaz is always a good option.
Okay, then it's each.
Nice.
Okay.
Jolly good.
Well, I'll hold on to my share of it myself for the moment.
Okay.
See
you want
if
a
I can
bag to
do
put it in?
something with it. Oh, I've got some pouches kind of things, so that's
Right.
okay.
Well, if
That's
you
just
want to
kind
go,
of standard.
if you want to go garden things, we'll go get weapons silvered. Do you want me to get your quarterstaff silvered for you?
Oh no, I don't need it silvered. I can make that a magic weapon anytime I like.
All right, cool. Yeah, let's go do that. Vic's gonna stop by the post office on the way through and mail off the letter.
And then we go talk to
Lord Humongous or whatever his fucking face was. I can never remember his name.
Iron
Lord
Jaw.
Humongous?
Iron Jaw, thank you.
That's the gimp guy from Kelly's
Mad Max
thing.
2.
Oh, bless.
I love that he's not the Mad Max guy. It's Kelly's thing.
The guy that married Kelly off.
Yeah. Tank.
Okay.
The pancake gimp.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So,
He made
wait,
pancakes for people.
so, Glenn and Zeppy are off, herb shopping. Heck, who are you attaching yourself to?
I am trailing after the Vic and Khidre, I think.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Alright, we'll just start off with, Vic, Khidre, you then, if that's okay?
Yep.
Alright. So you guys part ways, Glenn, Zeppy make their, way to Herb's. Holy shit, I just got a massive deja vu. I swear I did this before.
You have made us go shopping before.
No, specifically a character and Glenn needed to go somewhere because Glenn didn't know how to go somewhere, but the character Glenn was with did. Anyway, god, it was just a massive.
Yeah, it would have been Glenn and Morty.
Hey,
Probably.
Lee, watch out! I've got a killer NPC name for whoever's running the apothecary. If you'll let me,
Oh no.
Oh no, what is it? What is it? Give it.
I'll type it in chat.
All right. I'll
Okay.
read it after I get this a bit out. All right. So you guys eventually do since the
Oh.
carriage.
Mm.
Oh no. I'm reading it now.
Mm.
Oh, go to jail, Tom. Go to jail. Don't come back. Don't
Thomas,
write
I'm going to get in my car and drive all the way up to Perth just so I can kick you in the kneecaps for that.
Oh yes, please do. You love it.
It's a better threat coming from Emily than it is from me.
Well, the distance makes it quite
More
a lot
violent.
more. Yes,
4
potent.
hours to sustain rage.
Oh.
That's a 4-hour angry drive.
Oh god.
Okay. You guys eventually make your way over to the artisanal quarter, specifically the smithing plaza. For Heck, since you've never been here before, a lot of the architecture of the artisan quarter is a very sudden shift from where you guys were initially situated in the graveyard. Well, the graveyard had its rustic charm, the very stereotypical wrought iron gates and masonry matching a lot of the internal texture and colors of Redthrone. The artisanal quarter is almost completely opposite of that, where there's almost smooth marble or laminated flooring, almost very not opiate, opiate,
Opulent.
opulent. That's it. Thank you. Very opulent appearance and
opiates.
decor. No opiates. No, illegal. No.
Dang.
Some would
Opiates are
description.
illegal, but opioids are not. So anyway, it is very the general atmosphere of the artisan quarter is that the city seems to take care of this part a lot more. As you guys approach the smithing plaza, it's just a sheltered area. The shelter itself not any less grandiose than the rest of the decorations. Under it, you see the familiar workbenches set up, where there's a lot of sort of free, basically free studio space, essentially rented out to the academical, in this case, the skilled workers, as is usual with the meritocracy of Redthrone. You find the familiar little corner workbench of where Iron Jaw is situated. Find a slew of weaponry in its familiar silvered appearance and build, and the man in question, or dwarf in question in this case, currently toiling away at a forge, back turned to you guys.
I
Vic
say,
coughs. So you go, Heck.
spiffing locale. My.
So, about that tomb.
Huh? Oh, you, yes. Did you take care of him?
You didn't tell us there was a revenant in there.
At this point, you can see the face sort of contort into confusion. Revenant? What? No.
Revenant.
Khidre is just going to stand like behind Vic, and she's just crossing her arms, and she looks very displeased as she stares at Ironjaw.
No. You don't understand. I thought there'd be maybe one or two ghosts. No, but I want you to get
one or two. That would be a gross underestimation of what we have encountered down there.
Slight miscount, old chap. There was, in fact...
Incidentally. Yes, there was a lot. Sorry. I was just going to say, incidentally, if you do manage to get somebody to go down and do the whole exorcism thing on the Revenant, leave the flaming skulls alone. They're okay.
No. The flame skulls were the reason I wanted you to go in there and get rid of them.
Why?
Oh,
They're perfectly normal creatures.
Poor show, old chap. They're perfectly harmless and rather sweet. In fact, I must insist you leave them alone.
They're undead. You're supposed to usher the undead into the next part of their life and the like.
That undead ushered us into not being dead ourselves and helped us undead somebody who died because of your goddamn rites in the goddamn tomb.
I was not aware there were rates.
There was a lot of stuff. In fact, you said one or two. There were one or two in one of the chambers, and then we went to another chamber, and there were like 7, and like they just kept appearing and appearing and appearing.
And in addition to the wraiths, old chap, which I feel is jolly unsporting for you not to warn my companions, there was a revenant, and not 1, not 2, but 4 banshees. Which...
Banshees?
Bad show, old chap. Bad show. Poorly researched.
Also, can I write an angry letter to whoever made the mechanisms in that tomb? Just in general.
That you'll have to take that up with the royal architect. You're going to have to.
I will.
Oh,
Vic will.
dear.
Vic will remember this.
Rest assured, we shall take this to the highest authority.
Well, maybe not the highest. I really don't want to look at the Paragon again. She was kind of mean. Well, she was nice, but kind of mean.
Allow me to tackle the bureaucracy on your behalf.
Nice in a mean way? It just turns to look at Khidre. Is it possible to be nice in a mean way?
I mean, if you look at Chaz.
Yeah. Vic turns and looks at Chaz.
Chaz is not here.
Yeah.
Chaz is currently fencing off her gems.
That's Vic's just like, yeah, that sounds right. Listen, about the whole silvering the weapons thing. That worked.
They work.
There's an uncomfortable silence. He's like, but
We want more, please. I used all my arrows.
And since we went through so much trouble, I think it would be... Fuck.
Pertinent for us to have a discount of $0.
what are dollars? I've never heard of that currency.
Given the trouble my companions went through on your behalf, I would say that a hefty discount, nay, a free gift, is the very least you can do.
Vix has fallen in love with Hecc just then.
A man
Holy
died
shit,
down there,
you were
you
the
know,
best.
for something as trivial as cleaning house, and the vermin you sent them to eradicate turned out to be the kindest individuals I've had the privilege to meet, the other side of undeath.
I'll let him handle this. He's better with words. Khidre just leans over to Vic and says,
Furthermore,
It's like, yeah, you met Lemon?
Furthermore, I should say that if this was your family's tomb, I would say you have a larger problem on your hand because revenants do not stay down as easy. Now, we have completed our contract. in that we have eradicated the undead threats that were residing within the tomb, because the flame skulls were not a threat, nor did they wish to depart the tomb. In fact, we have eradicated all beings who posed a threat to life. We have killed them. Unfortunately, revenants do not stay dead. So,
Since this is beyond our
precisely,
skills.
that excludes from any culpability of anything the revenant should do from now on, because we've killed it once.
Also, you could like totally just talk to somebody who knows stuff about revenants and maybe get them to exercise it or dispel it or whatever the fuck it is you want to do with it, because that shit's nasty.
At this point, Arendelle leans forward and sort of head in hands. Look, I'm really sorry with what you went through. If someone died, I can see if I can cover the costs of bringing them back to life.
That's not what we're concerned with. That's already been sorted.
But considering it was a grotesque drain on the party coffers, financial remuneration would be in order. And he kind of shoots Vic a look of, don't turn down a 3,000 gold pieces. Don't do it.
Vic isn't saying anything else. He just really wants a silvered short sword, please. He doesn't want this dude to refuse his silver weapons.
Khidre just nods. Khidre just nods vigorously, like.
Who is spearheading this negotiation?
Heccamus is spearheading.
I'd like you to roll a persuasion.
Oh, Jesus. Vic, are you sure you don't have a... Oh, I guess I am spearheading it, so I've got to roll. Fuck.
Can I roll to assist?
Intimidation from...
Khidre, can you stand behind me and flex your biceps?
Yes, that's well, and she's been
do
doing
that thing
the whole looming and being very displeased.
Yeah.
So I
do the thing where you fold your arms and you've got a hand tucked under each bicep so they pop a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he rolled a 6, so if I'm rolling
I rolled a 15.
Thank you.
Can Vic assist just by looking sad and upset?
At this point, Ironjaw, not sold by the legal negotiating on part of Hecc, mostly because Ironjaw himself, he's savvy enough with his skill and the way he has to work around the competition. So that doesn't really win him over until he does notice Khidra's pulsating muscles, framing the smaller figure of Heccamus in front of her.
She's just staring directly into
he does
his
sweat
face.
a little bit. He does sweat, break a little bit of a sweat.
Yeah.
At this point, Andrew, look, I honestly did not know it had gotten that bad in the tomb. I usually send in 1 or 2 adventurers, maybe once every 2 years, and
Oh dear.
some of them usually come out scathed.
That's probably
Usually? So this has happened before?
Yes.
I guess this is where all the undead are coming from then.
No. Ironjaw is like, no. They come out scathed, but not dead. Usually they say they've managed to trim down the ghost population, and I'm telling you now, I'd expected a handful of ghosts at most. However, if you're telling me there's a larger amount of undead creatures in the tomb, I mean...
We killed almost all. We killed all of them, actually, except for the flaming skulls, who were actually quite nice, and you should leave them alone.
The flaming skulls are the least of your problems, believe me.
That aside, I'd love to congratulate you on your ability here, but it's just...
What?
Also, I'm a little bit marred by intimidation from your friend there, but the point is, I had expected at most a handful of ghosts. See it from my perspective here. You hire an exterminator to tell them to get rid of the rats in your basement, but your exterminator comes back having lost their entire family and tell you that there is in fact now 5 crocodiles and 2 owl bears and a dragon whelp have situated in your basement. I honestly did not know that it had gotten that worse that fast.
What you expected, putting what you expected aside, what we encountered is what counts here.
And yes, that is the important part here. Look,
So are you going to compensate the woman or not?
Yes. Look. I'll compensate. I'll compensate for what you've lost, okay? But I'm just concerned. There's never been this much undead in the tombs before.
Boy, howdy.
Yes.
Have you been paying attention to what the fuck has been going on outside your city at all for the last year?
You would be very impressed to know how very little we are told about what happens outside of our city.
There's fucking wraiths outside your front gates.
Oh boy, we have news for you.
I almost killed her when we first came in the door.
I was temporarily 80 years old. That was not fun at all.
It's like you guys are just sitting here with your heads up your asses and aren't actually paying attention to what's going on. Your graveyard has a revenant in it. You only have to wait for 24 hours and that thing can go storming through the streets and all the rest of the tomb and try to murder people again.
But he's not going to.
Well, no, because he's currently dead.
Precisely.
And also he can't get out of the tomb.
And there are... Yeah. But
that aside, it's kind of a bigger problem. I don't think it's just us needing weapons silvered that's the problem. I think everybody should be silvering everything they can bloody touch.
Yes.
And in that case, given that your business is soon to be experiencing a significant upswing due to the necessity of people getting things silvered, you should be able to afford to compensate my friends.
I love Hecc so much, holy shit.
Best, holy fuck.
You do see the gears turning in Ironjaw's sort of head.
He's a privileged snot, and sometimes he can use it for good.
Good.
I love Hecc.
Fine. Whatever weapons you want silvered, just put it on that bench over there, and I'll get started to work and come back maybe 12 hours from now. It should be ready at the very earliest 12 hours from now.
Jolly good.
Better than 2 days.
I will have to report this to the higher ups, though. I know you are a little bit more.
I suppose you better.
Offended by the fact that you had to go through what you guys had, but I'm concerned with the fact that it's increasing. The amount of undead is increasing inside. Yes,
well,
a lot of undead outside.
Well,
but...
think you should report it to the authorities. Can't leave undead Johnnies to wander through the street, creating Lord knows what chaos.
Just
Jolly
maybe
uncivilized.
when you report it to the authorities, not mention any names.
Well, why shouldn't I? Wouldn't you want the?
Well, if they want to talk to us, I guess, but like.
If they wish to talk to us, they may ask for Heccamus Peccamovi of Peccamovi's Old Peculiar Whiskies.
I guess I'll write that down. He gets a charcoal off somewhere and it scribbles it down in Dwarvish script. But yes.
And if they wish to take up any of the particulars, they may talk to my family's legal retainer.
Which is a barrel of whiskey that just sits in the corner, leaking slowly.
We have a retainer on ice. Whiskey pun.
Oh. I cannot wait for Hecc to meet Gruffalo. I'm sorry, I just cannot wait for that.
It's going to be the best thing.
Oh my god, that's true. Holy shit, those two meeting. Anyway, so Ironjaw at this point looks a little very, not a little, like far from little, mostly very distressed. And at this point he's like, well, look, whatever weapons you want, just put it on the bench there, and I'll get started on them now. And you said you were out of your arrows. How about your friend? Did they need more guns? I mean, bullets.
I think he does need more bullets. His Gun's a bit on the fritz at the moment, but we can sort that out.
That was something I actually wanted to note because I did notice that your friend had a gun, and I may have contacted some contacts all the way in Dalendel Empire. Well, look, suffice to say, I hadn't seen a gun before, and I wanted to know what it was. And now that I've discovered that it's a gun, because I asked some friends over in the Elven Empire, I wanted to make one of my own, and it may be silvered. And I was wondering if your friend might swing by, see if he wanted to give it a look.
Well, when he's conscious.
Well, yeah, he's currently
Well.
indisposed.
But when
He's
he
feeling a bit-
disposes himself, he
Yes.
may be inclined to stroll by and peruse your creation.
Also, just a side note, because Vic's been thinking about this ever since they left the fucking tomb. He's just gonna look at Hecc and Khidre and just be like, "Look, I know we talked about the flaming skulls and you weren't happy about them being in your tomb, but at the moment, according to said flaming skulls, they're the only thing keeping They were the only thing keeping a lot of the undead from spilling out onto the surface."
And I would trust their word. They did stand in between us and certain peril.
They did. They actually helped us out. So the thing that I'm thinking is maybe, next time you send somebody down there, send them down there with a couple of lemons, maybe in your fez, interesting looking hats. Keep the skulls happy, and they'll keep your tomb from spilling out everywhere. They're really very eccentric and actually very friendly.
I guess I'll put Zeppy to it. Did Zeppy help you at all?
Yeah, no, Zeppy was a champion.
Zeppy was
Absolutely
fantastic.
spiffing chapess.
I have
Lovely
nothing but good words about Zeppy, except maybe she needs to work on her aim a little bit. But yeah, no, Zeppy met them. She'll know what we're talking about.
Then I suppose Zeppy will have to be the one to take care of it. But well, I guess I have a bit of a more of a job for Zeppy in the future. If I can only hope it was only my tomb that started seeing all that shite.
Well, Vic looks kind of uncomfortable. He's just like, well, I can kind of, there's a lot of undead in the graveyard. A lot. It wasn't just your tomb, although yours was the one we took care of. There was a lot.
Worrying.
He can tell.
All right.
Unfortunately, yeah.
I think I can see if I can throw my weight around and see if I can grab a meeting with the Paragon or one of the Neoterics or something. I need to get that word out about what's happening with the graveyard. But I am honestly, genuinely thankful for what you've put yourself through, for what should have been just a tiny errand. So, thank you. But look, just your weapons. I'll get started on them now.
Yep, sure. I've left a list of what Vic's leaving in the chat.
Okay. Oh, and while you guys were gone, I've sort of replenished some of this, and well, whatever you guys went through, I can't really imagine. So consider it on the house. And he gives you each. I will write it down.
Vic would feel very bad for fleecing this dude if Glenn hadn't fucking died.
Yeah.
But right now, he doesn't feel bad at all.
It isn't fleecing, it's adequate compensation for services provided.
That's
One
true.
wouldn't carve a masterpiece for 3 silver. What you carved was a masterpiece in
Death and
undead
destruction.
eradication, and you should be adequately compensated.
Or silver, then.
Oh, gold at the very least.
Yeah, this...
No, gold is not a very good material to work with when weapons. We say that for the ceremonials.
man.
So, as soon as you lay those weapons down on his bench, he starts sort of like putting them in order, getting
Yeah.
the forge ready, the bellows, everything.
I'm going to assume that we're going to pick up the bolts for Chaz and get one of her daggers silvered. And also there's the... Vic put the dagger down so he can give it to Morty if Morty wakes up, but he's also going to grab the bullets as well for Morty's gun.
Yep. Vic is Hecamus is giving Ironjaw the most dignified stink eye he's ever had.
I love Heck.
It's like, you better not fleece my friends, man. You better not. Like, he's raised his chin and he's looking down his nose through his pince-nez at the guy. Oh.
At this point, he's gonna have to crouch, considering he's doing this from a human height to a dwarf height.
Yeah, it's a fairly impressive feat of balancing.
Ironjaw can clearly see up your nostrils. He's
Oh,
mildly
he
impressed.
can. Well, he can
How-
see that it has been some time since I have trimmed my nostril hair, sir.
Once we've done this, Vic is going to look Heck up and down and just look at Khidre and just be like, hey, Khidre, do you think he'd look more imposing in red or blue? Maybe green.
I mean, generally red is more imposing of a color, I'd say, but
Heck, what's your
Well,
favorite color?
Red flushes my complexion somewhat. I'm more of a winter, I'm told.
Ah, so we're
So
talking
possibly
blues?
dark blues and greens have always been a preference.
Dark blue, green,
mean,
and
I was-
silver.
I was rather attached to the old royal blue robes, but I guess they are a little the worse for wear since your charming companion set them on fire.
Yes, well, they were infected with stone plagues.
that was for everyone's safety, yours included.
And to
So
be quite honest, since Snidget's been living in them for some time, they really were getting a trifle whiffy.
I have an idea. And Vic doesn't say anything else other than I have an idea and wander off. He's just like, are you
Vic?
following or what?
Vic?
Come with me.
Khidre is going to grab Heck by the hand and she's just going to drag him out after.
Okay. Hecamus is kind of wilts a little at the knees at his hand being like his little academic hand being engulfed by such a mighty paw, but he kind of trots after her.
Heck is so pansexual. It's so great.
I love him.
So do we want to do Glenn and Zeppy for now, or do we want to keep with these two idiots?
Well, we'll zip over to
Yeah.
Zep and Glenn. Glenn, you follow in the lead, I'm assuming, of Zeppy, who is walking towards the aforementioned 2 blocks to the apothecary.
I just didn't want
It's usually a 2-story shop. You can only assume the 2nd story is probably where they live. The bottom end of the shop, however, is absolutely decked out in a certain aesthetic. It is very woodsy aesthetic and a little bit out of place in the very stone masonry area of the dwarven city of Redthrone. It's mostly decorative at this point. The corners, the beams, and everything that decorate the shop are made out of wood, but it's been decorated in such a way to make it look as though the wood naturally grew there. But an astute eye can know that it's mostly decorative rather than actual life actually being built and shaped to affirm the shop's aesthetics. Out front is a sign that just says herbs. It's literally just ERBS.
Nice.
Herbs.
Get
And around the sign, as per usual, is decorative with the leaves, as the very obvious on the nose motif. The inside is magically lit, as with most things in Redthrone, and the window. Peeking through the window, you do see shelves upon shelves of various foliage and herbs, some edible as for,
Herbs.
recreational consumption, some
Mhm.
more for medicinal and the like. So, would you like to enter?
Yes, I would. Yeah. I'll. Is Zeppy coming in with me, or is she not
Zeppy-
interested in coming in? And
No, Zeppy's just sort of waiting for you to step in. Since she just pointed the place out for you, but
okay. Yep. I'll step in. Is it is it a fairly small, like very enclosed little space, or is it like is there quite a bit of wide view of things, or
there's a very wide view of things. As you enter the area, you get almost the atmosphere of what feels like a greenhouse. It's very warm in here, and it's unmistakable. There's the hint of dirt underneath all the layers, different layers of different herbs that you can smell, different plants in the aroma, and
okay.
you can see Zeppy from the side sort of wrinkle her nose, allergies.
Well,
Oh.
you don't have to stay in if you don't want, but just between you and me, I don't have a clue how much anything is worth, so I might need some help when the whole money exchange bit happens.
Usually you ask them how much, and then they give you numbers. You tell me that number, and I will give you the appropriate amount.
Okay. Hopefully that'll work out all right.
Should.
Okay.
Sorry. Zeppy sneezing.
Bless you, by the way.
Thank you.
Okay. So some things that I like. Hopefully, I'll do a bit of perception just to see if I can pick things out, like just on sight or smell or whatever. But what I'm mainly looking for right away is some things such as spruce, mistletoe, or holly. If I'm able to see anything like that.
On, I need to go get it. Right, just getting my old shop page. Here we go. Nope, that's textiles. Blacksmith, butcher. I got that. I see these two. Okay. Immediately you do spot the things you need. However, I'll just get the gosh darn diggity dice out. Dice. Dice, don't do this to me. Dice, I trust you. There. Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, you get all the. They seem to have a lot of each of the ingredients that you just listed. So. Thomas, your voice, it is mute.
I'm muted. My bad. Okay, so as far as the holly goes, are there holly berries as well, or just the holly leaf?
Gently rolls the dice again. They have more holly leaves than they have holly berries available.
Okay, well, if they have like 8 holly berries, I'd like to get those straight away.
Okay.
I need to get about a handful of mistletoe leaf, if possible. and just maybe like 5 sprigs of spruce, if that's doable. So at least that's why what I sort of want to collect from what I can see right away. Now I'd just like to make a perception check just to see if there's anything sort of out of the ordinary that they happen to have on display. Just something that I wasn't looking for, but could be interesting.
Okay, I can definitely do that. First, I just sort of need to map this out.
Okay.
Who's Tadhana?
Sorry, you wanted to say, that's me, I'm Tadhana. Hi, Kirsty. Sorry.
Lee said hello.
Oh, is it Lee's?
Yes, Tadhana is me.
Is Lee Tadhana?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi, Lee.
Sorry, list them off for me again. Sorry, I'm braining.
Okay, so 8 holly berries, if they were there.
Yep.
Like 5 sprigs of spruce. And about maybe make it 2 handfuls of mistletoe.
He's gonna go smooching.
What?
The prince.
Dingle dangle.
That is so far from what I'm actually intending.
Gonna go smooching.
Okay. So. Shit. Wait. No. Fuck. Okay. I'll just write that down and then do the math later. Okay.
Okay.
So as for rare.
Oh yeah.
Nope. That one.
She's like the only one I have.
There's a fair amount of more exotic types of herbs you find here. Actually, this will help me narrow it down. Roll for me just a generic perception check.
Oh, I did roll when I
Oh, you did.
when I went. So I got 22, but with resurrection penalty, that brings it down to 19.
That's fine.
Hey, Chloe.
There's a couple
Wanna
of
jump up?
very rare looking
Get up.
moss, and it occurs to you that it seems fair enough. You are in a cavernous area. But there seems to be almost a rainbow of moss available, and they seem all to be in the same family, but are different.
What? Where are you?
Wait, if I'm getting my science right, same
Oh, yes.
family, different genus? Or is it the other way around?
No, it'd be same genus,
Oh my
different
God.
family. Family comes
Jesus.
after genus, so
Thank
yeah.
you. That.
Clever.
So
Oh wait,
it's-
no, you were right. Genus is after family. Sorry, same family, different genus. You were right. My bad.
Oh, okay. All right, then that.
Sorry for that.
The more you
That's
know.
okay. That's okay. I do not science, so I can only assume someone is right when they tell me things. So
I'm pretty sure Emily can confirm that. Yeah, that's correct as well.
No,
And-
kidding
and
me.
fine.
I did 2 weeks
Oh, yeah.
of biology and sat the exam. That was it.
Okay. I just had an idea that somehow you probably knew that stuff. All right, sorry.
Okay.
I can
Well,
speak
in either
to
case,
science.
they are
You can always go on
they're noted to be
Wikipedia
different
and
genus
see Wikipedia.
genii, but essentially structurally they seem to look almost identical, but for very stark colors. They come in red, a vibrant lime green, a soft, very almost whitish, like a whitish pink, and then one that comes in a very dark black. You know, the black is black, Vanta black.
Okay, so these are these different mosses that look interesting, but I can't really discern what they do yet.
Not on first glance. It doesn't really note anything under each of the product names other than their family and genii.
Okay. At this point, I'd like to look around to see if there's anyone managing the store that I can address.
there is a very interesting looking dragonborn at the checkout of the table, as it were.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Were you about to say something else, Link?
No. Just pointing out that
Okay.
there was a dragonborn sitting idly at their counter.
Okay. Just sort of walking up. I'm not going to come right up to the counter, but just sort of very tense. Excuse me. Hello.
Yes.
Oh, hello.
Yes. What?
I am here to make several purchases,
That's
but
not
I
what
wanted
that's
to
what
know.
it-
And I'm here to
My
help
deck
you
makes
make
sense.
several transactions, I believe. What can I help you with?
Well, firstly, I would like to know a bit about these. If you come over here, sorry, it's on the other side of the store here. These moss, all these moss, they're very similar, of course, with the exception of the color. I haven't seen moss like this before. Could you tell me what can you tell me about it?
It's it's
You know what? I hate this slanted
it's
brick now.
import actually
All of
from
the decks I want to
the
use.
caves
and that.
over in Sinov. They tend to have very interesting uses for various mosses over there. The mosses, of course, they each come with their own properties and what they're used for. But what is most interesting is, though they are from the same family, they each have different uses, very stark different uses. Let's say for this one, and he takes out the whitish pinkish looking one, and he handles it very carefully. As not so much that it's fragile, but just sort of not to mishandle it. He goes, this one has interesting recreational properties. You see, it's usually used more for shall we say smoking sometimes. Other times they are they try to take the concentrate and sometimes boil that. They tend to have a very slightly euphoric applications in terms of more than you know what herbs usually used. But however, some other ones have more interesting properties, like this one. This vibrant red one. This one's more used for medicinal. It tends to have more healing properties. It promotes. It's been used to help promote healing. And if you've noticed, there tends to be a very standard recipe for most potions, healing potions, but the ones that they make over in the southern continent, sign off, they tend to have a stronger, potent kick to it. And though I'm told the taste is leaves much to be desired. I'm told that it's actually accelerates the healing and essentially makes that grow most potion recipes more. So this one, however, this one, the black one, I'm told is actually very good herbs for and he sort of furrows the brows and sort of cooking. I'm told it's very
Why
spicy.
can I see that?
That's a strange sort of little like ginger there, I'm told, but
Torian's a
ginger were
hologram,
also
but
very
Vex is a real person.
like a very salty type of ginger.
Oh,
I shouldn't be able to see
interesting.
Vector.
So yes, they a lot of adventurers like to use the black
He
one.
should be a
because
hologram
it's
for me too.
a nice one to add to any sort of game they hunt
That's
along
really weird.
the road. So yes, it's a very very versatile family of moss.
So, just trying to remember, there were like 5 types of moss. There was the white one, the black one, the red one.
Or underwater.
What are the? There
There was
was
a lime green one as well.
a lime green one as well. And what about this one over here?
No.
What are you pointing at?
The lime green one, just.
Oh, the lime green one. Well, it's strange. No one's really found anything. It's actually a rather boring one, but I'm told it tends to make things sweet. Oh, here, I can just give you a bit of a sample, and not to worry. It's absolutely harmless. I've tried it several times to,
Oh,
assuage
that's
other
fine.
customers.
Samples are always good.
And he sort of like snips off a bit. You see him sort of like take out a little tiny pair of shears from his this little sort of utility belt. He snips off a bit and hands it off to you. As you hold the moss, it's actually very
browning the top of
fluffy
her
feeling,
relays.
and the scent of it smells like you would think molasses would smell.
Get rusty.
Okay. All right, so I'll just place it in my mouth and just roll it around the tongue a bit.
The tiniest amount. If
That's
you
the breast
how much of it did you put in your mouth? Like a lot of it, or just tiny amount?
Oh, I think I put the whole lot in, not thinking.
Your mouth is exploding with sweetness right now. It's as if you literally just took a bite out of malt or something.
Oh my god, that's such a clever idea.
As you sort of like chewing it, there are like small bits of juices coming out from the moss, and it's sticky and very sweet.
Well, I'm going to do my best to swallow it all down because I don't want to be rude.
At this point, the proprietor sort of notices that, and he takes out a small skin and water and hands it to you. Yes, see what I mean? Very, very sweet.
I'm thinking,
No, nothing other than that. I mean, I suppose it's sort of on par with its black counterpart. However,
oh my god, yes.
People tend to like spices more than they like sweets, I suppose. But
children
each their own.
Well, sorry, my mouth will work again in a sec. Added on to the other things I would like to purchase, could I please get a moderate, well, actually, I would like to take, rather a large amount of the red moss, please.
Oh, sure, of course. They're very popular, that one. Lots of other budding alchemists and the like buy them, and don't think I don't see you there, Zeppy. Are you here for some as well? Like Zeppy from the back. No, I'm full up. I got my stuff. Very well. So I'll put you down for say.
Steal money from people.
Yeah, are you making potions in the future? Another budding alchemist, or?
I possibly could be. I'm hoping maybe I can develop some kind of salve using it as well.
Oh, very well. I can definitely. I'll put you down for 10. Do you think?
Poultice or something.
Do you have a budget you're working
there it
with?
is. Very nice.
Sorry.
I saw the
Do
big
you have a budget you're working with? Like
well, I would rather not want to handle that right now, but 10 sounds fine. 10 is good.
Okay, so I'll say the red moss.
Very
All right.
nice. I'm very impressed.
That will be.
Very well.
All right. Anything else, good sir?
Yeah. I will take
You can always just ask me.
3 of the black moss and 3 of the lime green.
Excellent.
Very well, sir.
And just 1 of the white.
Well, I know, I felt the same way. I felt really bad putting the greens down in mine because Asmi's carnivorous, and I'm like, she hates vegetables so much. She hates them.
All right. So will that be it for today, sir?
Yes, thank you. I think that should be adequate. Yes, adequate's the word.
He goes to quick work and starts producing these tiny little for the moss specifically, these tiny little paper baggies essentially.
Oh my god, you're getting dime bags of fantasy weed.
Oh, one more thing. Do you
yes.
do you sell any incense at all?
Oh yes, definitely we do.
Wait, scented incense.
Taking soap off of the brownie.
Oh yes, sir. Just up here at the front counter. Here, I'll show you. And he goes to show you a little rack of various incense labeled appropriately.
I'm not looking for anything specific. Just you can just pick one out, Lee. It's like it doesn't have to be anything special.
Okay.
I
at that,
shouldn't
he
give
sort
you
of,
any power like that, but you know.
All of my lols.
sort of like you see the ghost of a smile pass the Dragonborn's features as he sort of selects a
Crap.
few. How many instant sticks were you after? Just 3, 4, 5, 100?
3 will
Three.
do.
Okay. So there'll be 3.
Oh, look. I am now holding 2 cats.
Oh no.
If this turns out to be more than 200 gold, I hope not.
No, shouldn't be. Hold on, let me just get this maths out. All right, for a moment, please, while I magically calculate the overall price.
On
While
your
I
magic
stare off.
abacus.
Oh no!
Abacus was the word I
No,
was
I
looking
use
for.
brain math. I just stare off into the distance, and suddenly I know how much it is.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Sounds of calculate.
Sounds calculate.
You know, I was actually super disappointed with the large clone decoration because I assumed by large that it'd be like.
I am now holding 2 cats.
Nice.
There are much worse things to be holding.
No.
Yeah, but one of them scream.
It's just
But
basically
Lucas screamed. He's
a silver shadow. Yeah, it's just a silver shadow. And it's pretty disappointing.
Nunya is not pleased about that arrangement. Nunya, nie. Zostań. Mamcie.
She doesn't want to stay. She's like, why do I have to stay with this fuck?
Up the door.
She doesn't want to stay with Luca. Like she doesn't want anything to do with Luca. That's the thing. They do not like each other that much.
Oh.
Okay, I've seen stuff on sale. You might have some luck, unless you were trying to save up for
And you can sit in my lap.
what's it? The gun.
Sorry, hopefully this bit will be done soon and we can move on to something more interesting.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was yawning because it's late, not because I was bored.
I know, but like I do realize this is just kind of a bit of a drag-on bit, but
That's right.
it's Glenn's first shopping experience.
Yes,
Yes.
using money. Capitalism.
Baby's first steps into capitalism.
Oh no.
The shopkeep
Don't
eventually
forget to
snaps out of his mathematical gaze and looks back. That will be 69 gold and 10 silver.
69.
I just
Okay.
kind of not trying to be subtle, but probably not looking at so much. Just kind of turn to Zeppy and just kind of like, just like with a questioning sort of, is it? Does that sound right?
And Zeppy sort of like, yeah, it's fine. See Zeppy sort of take out a few gold coins and give it to the shopkeep.
Okay.
And the shopkeep sort of puts all these tiny little paper baggies into a bigger paper bag and roll it up and then pass it on to you.
It's lunch.
In a separate longer, thinner bag is the incense sticks, the 3 incense sticks. And they have a very distinctive smell to each of them.
Okay. You're keeping that secret what the smells are, aren't you?
Until you light those incense sticks, you will not know what they are.
Good. Good. Okay. I'll just nod at Zeppy and we can exit now.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
What?
Sorry?
Congratulations, young man. What?
Actually, I'll just turn back to the shopkeeper. I didn't actually catch your name.
Huh?
Oh,
It's
what?
Yent.
Yent?
Just call me Yent.
Okay. Hi, Yent. I was curious. Where do you get most of your supplies from? is there much is there much agriculture in the surrounding area?
Oh, you'd be very surprised at the amount of agriculture there is usually limited to what we do find in the ecology of Redthrone's caves. A lot of them are usually just sort of incidental discoveries, and they make little farms of it, I suppose, in the deeper parts of the mining chasms. However, a lot of our business tends to be more imported, but, well, there's a whole lot of kerfuffle with that at the moment, hence the increased prices in them, as you might have noticed.
I'd just like to give you an offer of possible service in the future, if you're interested. I don't know how much longer I'll be in this city, but if I am a while, and if I come back and I have, say, 8 hours to spend in here, I could rapidly increase your volume of stock, possibly for a while.
For a while, you mean the stock will be temporary?
Well, much of this stock is growing in pots, and where it is, it's still relatively alive. I may have ways of boosting that vitality of your stock for that. It would last about a year.
You see them sort of lift a small sort of monocle up to their eye. Look at you with it. You don't happen to be a druid.
I know, it was.
Are you?
But I can feel
Yes,
that.
yes, I am.
What?
It sort
Not
of
much
drops
to
the
talk
monocle
about
back
it,
down.
but
Well, I'll consider your offer. There tends to be some legality with regards to so we say artificial inflation of
I wasn't
supplies,
aware. I wasn't
so.
aware of such legalities. It's not druid.
Yes, that seems to be a very common thing for your profession. Well, I'll keep it in mind. If you'd like, you can leave your name. I'll see what I can do about maybe pursuing this in a future venture.
Oh, it's Mortdecai Rock.
Mortdecai Rock, of course. You see him sort of like take out a piece of paper and scribble it down. Very well, Mortdecai. I will keep this in mind.
Lord Fuckface is not going to be able to find Morty at all because there's going to be 6 Mortdecai rocks running around.
I'm Mortdecai and so is my wife.
Oh, good lord. And with that, is your business then concluded, sir?
Yep, we can. Yes, thank you so much. You've been a huge help. And
very welcome.
I do hope to be back for more business very soon. Thank you.
Been a very good patron. Thank you.
Carrying my baggie, I'm just going to, like, hopefully Zeppy doesn't mind if I just reach out and just take her hand and...
Her hand is taken and she's like, okay, I guess this is a thing now.
Meaning, can we go now?
Oh, okay. I'll go. Okay, sorry. Here I was thinking this was like something significant, and I guess I completely forgot that you are scared of capitalism. All right, let's go.
How dare you lead that gorgeous dwarf on?
What? No, what?
Oh my god.
Eventually, she does lead you by the hand out of the shop and hopefully back towards the directions of your companions.
Out of character, Emily. I've got a prince on the hook.
Oh, do you now? Do
Yes,
you?
he does.
Oh
Apparently his
my.
skirted behind has a prince on the hook because he was wearing a dress when he met him. When he met them, sorry.
Oh my.
Okay.